This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Na yentinsi mo Kevin Taylor kache. Kevin Taylor afaya de afa Hawa Koomson na wache Hawa Koomson kura de ka ye pe obi obe minister enke onye ono Hawa Koomson na kaswa fokra na omohoye no mobo se omato abama Hawa Koomson se MP na woyi so ya saman minister. In fact ni se ma kande fa Hawa Koomson hono na enye kura sanse ni se bia Hawa Koomson ka ye efa dama hodo ewo achievement mu no do se enhye nase no na odwen ho kwan bia so awonte ase a ototo edema Hawa Koomson now your friend is saying Bryan Acheampong so de abepim sanso na Dr. Bawumia enso de abem na afi wa cheche mu omampanyi dada John Dramani Mahama the 100 days first 100 days is obetena dwa so a obeye enuoma hodo obeye prosecution ahodo investigations ahodo a obetena dwa so a the first 3 months 4 months obeye ewo memo no Kevin Taylor enya daje chire nyina mu ba akoma mpese nyina ko na yekuti ni hu nnwoma John Dramani Mahama chese so samba bambie ma obeye na so timie dia ne amanfo bedem papa. Oh yes MPP for be bedem papa na yekuti Kevin.
You understand? So that one is under the Agric Ministry, but this one is a special project for the people to use, and that's why it's under my ministry.
Kaswa for pa gam than a 250,000 down. Kaswa for but dear one share from next year, mom twaba pa ye the visa, mom visa and send me rank kind. Mo kaswa for na moko fa kwasi ampenyi we ba betra Ghana. Mo soma twaba ma MP. Jimmy we. Ye busana dam gam danenum chewing gum danenum 150,000 dam 220,000 but Jimmy when we the taxpayers security of account kwasiafo we okay so did pay for we asemo ka kra ase na mo blemu mo ka asoafo me blemu mo ka asoafo kwasiam pay to twetwo botuo na mo da ho di nachi ye busana se dam no wen o so wakosi dam no wen say 250,000 Ghana to Ghana 2.5 billion dam no way no dam and the Bryan Acheampong him say supeku abegina say or the ban to exportation of cereal and grains so sa oba we and the Ekufuado ye the minister owie no and ogu sa ministry no and was be the minister of fisheries ye Guyana it mo TV so ka brofo ebo bomonum the news file and Samson's take no and kwasiafo in the demo mine so and you people are excited to have such fools. Hawa Koomson is daft or your Jimmy for you people to be using your taxpayer money to be feeding this dog. Now say krono ye nim nyansa. Why your campaign say obey dams? What ba we a minister? Ona wo hweso ye busa say dam no wo here and you have given me 250,000. How am I going to go? Like look at this. Tina me catch them say there are so many idiots in the MPP. They will never even get cleaner job in the NDC. Into mo share a screen we so a nyoma egusu ni nyina ye be say ye kai ho we ye nipa bi a ye ku omu 2020 elections. Mahmoud Bawumia so onka ho asem. Nana Adodankwa say onka ho asem. Eye MPP for from Michael Kwei Hakamado Wusu Ajiman, J.A. Kufuor, ahemfo di MPP chi obi aso nka ho asem. Sam rantie ne mbaba we ya kumbia omundu 15 years kura no. NPP aban a omoda ho te so no, omo se omo nka ho asem. O ye Ghana ni a, this is what's supposed to worry you. O ye obatan a we na say how. We ye Ghana fo a ye ku omo a and the president ote so mfie 9 mfie wotwe o se ombie na numpo enka nche Ghana fo se ne ya. Mahmoud Bawumia enso pe president di yebusa ne se nipa ye ku omu yi how o se enha no when yi anumpo ankyere se ade no kuno eha no nti ekum we ne ye de be kai ye ho we ye Ghana ni we obatan ebia woto aba e wo santase na wo ba e wo hemfa e wo ebia eye tema wadwene ye wo se obada dem opia bonte bebo ni tuato atwene. This is what we are talking about. Inti yeka bambo, security, protection during elections. These are some of the things that you can't want some Ghana for. Into your bad time now, Shemi. Now, I junior say, what the ought bantama into Ubian to me, your babia. Ebia that day na yeto abano. 2 days now, Bassa Ebia or co air no for ho, ewa infant, ewa fusu. Odruwa MPP for Ebemobia to 2 abonitrimu to atwachni. Mahamudu Bawumia se onka asemu we wasem. Oda want Ghana. Say, ye the obia, nasa ojin se entwa. So won se eja, eda unyonko abojuma. Menka se ejano, enko, ejano, sansuo si wodi ho. Every say ade chia, ebia wo. Ena ejabeto abodwum we eyo banyansafo yebuni be ye nkanasam. Into the pictures you are seeing there is in remembrance ye kai omo a Ekufuado ne na aban MPP4 Bawumia ede omo aban eku omo. These were people who were murdered. Me say okay, I get you, Mr. S. Me say nipa ya who almost screen is sorry on the screen no eye nipa Bawumia ne Ekufuado mo ban eku omu nyina. Don't forget, and we will remind you every single day. Election eba no enye so kwoto abama eye abanya omuku nipa sere. And the NPP spokespersons nyina ebetena TV so obi anka ewuo we ho nsem. Mahmoud Bawumia jira TV so ma journalist busa say nipa ya yeku omu yi enkura yeku omu yi ya bo mutirimu tu eku omu a se bi ebi kranto aba na odwene ho sen o se ono de onye na adwene so beka ho asem sa nipa ne se kwoto abama no me de efutu na me tu. MPP is a murdering machine. It's a party that kills. Omuku nipa sre. This is not a political party. Any Ghanaian should give them any room kra e wona brabom. So ye Christiani ye Muslimi papa na wo de mama bofom na wo de yefunu to se wo de wosom eye de onyankopon a saa party we eye wudie for party omuku nipa sre. Ebe sin de Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia se on kan sem we hu hwe adentra if you say kuma ye kum embrante ne mbaba we no eboa no. He benefited from the murdering and killings of innocent children and men and women. This is what we are talking about. The NPP is a murdering machine. They can come back and change their name. They will come back with different faces, but they are the same people. JJ Rollins, these people kill, they murder, and they don't care. And Musa Bawumia, now be the president, open president, he's not going to say it because or no another police council so musuma police for the bia for echo ball we munyina too. Mahmoud Bawumia the police council on a chairman. Police for a small moko boss at two ni womo. Nana Dan Ekufuado on the commander in chief of Ghana Armed Forces. Soldier for acrophobia no mufra soldier forma omukobo sa tu no onimu nyina enuntina Bawumia se onkasa if it's a day no omukobo sa tu no na omutimi mu and omu decide say sa criminals no omufa police for ntade any soldier for ntade show mo no mukoku Ghana for enuntina nipa nwotwe ya bo mutuo Mahmoud Bawumia so ye Kristo ni papa onya mu na fiki onya Kristo ni owipreko no monsa wodem a adentina yeku enkwara etese ne mba a ose onka ho asem. We need to get serious in this country. Reality is that dollar no across say a year 16. And some about me can and nyina gina MMM. Ekekan kwasi asem no dollar no kwa na eko. It is not about coming to stand there. Your questions abetu enima utia sikama journalist. No. Sa journalist on free kumasi ba obi agi 20,000, ebi gi 40,000. Ya di plane ko fa o mo bae. Ene mom baby die. Any feed omo and no questions any some omo 40,000 old Ghana cedis 400 million each person and the kukumasi a bit in cry omo can be. This is what we are talking about. That is the danger. Into buza say omo nya sikano way omo di sikano be bremo election day munji sikano omba be che sika mamenka bibi nchemo right now no omo wie sika to the point to say and internet de bia when you hear Bawumia speak mamenka nchero. And not everybody will tell you this. Bawumia Krameka, he'll be surprised. Now, my mentor Bibincho, Fremont Parry knows about this. Bawumia, why we are Galam say Chen Bawumia or Ghana, you bet you what to. Mena make catchero. Tie. Mahmoud Bawumia. So we are Galam say Chen Bawumia or Ghana, you bet you what to. When Galam say Bawumia, do you know that Galam say Bawumia is involved? Ope Omom ya Galam say or Ghana. Campaigns galamsey so we are galamsey chair Bawumia e bet you what mamika bin show sa excavators 2005 a year ni nyina no about 60% ewo Kusi Boateng ho. Reverend Kusi Boateng. Ne ho ne wo. Ene na omo de ye omo project. Kusi Boateng. Yeah. Now my mention or the kudientia. Every time Mahamudu Bawumia gets the opportunity to speak on Ghana economy now. Also right now his focus is all on gold for oil. My mention. So I gold for oil now all push the agenda no. It is an agenda we create here. They are making billions out of you. Into a study here, Bawumia is not so much into digitization again. He doesn't care. He's not so much into fighting for the dollar to come down. He doesn't care. He's so much into gold for oil. Into end up with some questions. Adentina are buying way at this point, you know, you into a worker's car, also gold for oil. Obusan say, I don't know corruption about Ghana too much, also gold for oil best solve it. Obusan say, they say Ghana near to know, Bibian Koye also gold for oil. The reason is that gold for oil no any Bawumia cash cow. Now, omo wiye sika nya dollars say good them, they are scared, especially Bryan Acheampong, they are panicking. Do you know what they are doing? They are buying gold with the dollars. It's just no omo tough physical gold. The sika they are different agents. And omo catch them say they should turn the money into gold. Because they know when power changes. And sika no mahode no. People know where they are. Into right now quickly no, they want to convert all the money into gold. Send a gold there. Obet to me to baby baku de see. Obet my last 10 years. You cannot question. You can get gold a wadaka be semu na 500 billion. Gold a wadaka semu ebia 20 billion. You wouldn't know. But 20 billion in cash, it will be so difficult for you to carry. And it's and Mahmoud Bawumia any opportunity, every opportunity he gets. Oh, gold for oil will change the economy. Gold for oil is the new, because right now, no, what they have done is about Bawumia and the group, no, they have set up a gold buying companies. They take the dollar, they go into the system and they buy the gold. Into gold na do point be almost nanene into bar. Into almost nani gold. Almost nanene into gold bars. They keep it. Into the dollar you'll be looking for, no. Sikana we free Bank of Ghana any deals dollars so they don't want to keep the physical cash on them. So what they are doing is right now they are basically buying gold. Into Bawumia, every statement he makes via a gold for oil. But the question here is, so gold for oil it may change BBA. Why is the fuel we are buying still going up? He's moving away from fuel now, because the main reason to gold for oil on buy and say it was going to stop fuel from rising. Now gold for oil buy no fuel is still rising. Fuel so they were 23 and they do 30, 20 they do 16 and they do 14. Check the rate at which it has dropped. It means the gold for oil did not make any impact, but he's still holding on to gold for oil because he owns it. Let me tell you, when was the last time Otis Ekufuado Ebien and Raka gold for oil or Ghana? Have you heard Ekufuado speak or say anything about gold for oil? Because gold for oil, and Ekufuado does not own it. That was an idea Bawumia created to make his money. Go into the archives. One artist Ekufuado Raka gold for oil. What is it with Bien and Raka Bida? Gold for oil was created by Bawumia and his team. Alolo, Gideon Boakon, Bawumia, but they said to Rabachiro, those are the people who sat in the room and said, okay, say Ekufuado and the Bushman are doing their deals and making so much billions. You Bawumia, you need to also create an avenue to make your money. This is what they came up with. They came up with gold for oil. Andrea Ocean the press now. Every single second you get to be also gold for oil or sit through gold for oil. Almost to me at to gold 5.7 billion or so there. You know that? Yeah, that is what they are doing. Right now, no, what they are doing is Bawumia is actually cashing out from the gold for oil policy. Me see, when did you ever hear? When did you ever hear say Ekufuado ejira baby ka gold for oil da on KB da? Why? Because he does not own it. Because it is Bawumia's idea omudi ria Ghana for. Andrea Mubusan question bia, he will go and land on gold for oil. Ubusan question bia, he will go and land on gold for oil because that is the new business. That is how they are washing the millions of dollars they have taken from Bank of Ghana. They know. Oya galam say che Bawumia ebe che watum. Oya galam say che Bawumia. $80 no across it 16. let's not get it twisted. Ebedu 20, ya catch them, and this 16, no, what they want you to know, and yet, that means some case they do 16, it means it's at 17, because the same media house where Joy News, right? Almost said the Cedi hits 16 to $1 on retail market. An emphatic statement. Almost Cedi has hit 16. Now here, the same Joy News. Cedi crosses 16 to the dollar on the retail market. Depreciation woes continue. In one breath, almost 60 hits 60 dollar hits 16. In another breath, almost the dollar crosses 16. The dollar has crossed 17. Oh. They are telling you what the president and the Bank of Ghana want you people to know. The same media house has reported two things. In the first one, almost dollar no edu 16. In the second one, almost dollar no crosses 16. There are two different statements, because when it comes to exchange rate, a cent makes a difference. When it comes to exchange rate, $1, 1 cent, 1 peso, every single kobo makes a difference. You can say Cedi has appreciated maybe 10%, and you can say Cedi, no, right now it is 16.10. That 10 there does not trillions. It is a oil business. You can say we are 20,000 liters of oil, and yet let every cent be that every liter, so no, say 20,000 liters. Not every liter 2 cents. That's why. Do you know how much money the person has taken? That is how a exchange etie. Into one media house, in one breath, and this is today. In one breath, the dollar is 16. It's at 16. In another breath, the dollar has crossed 16. It's $1 nowhere, and dollar was 17. Now let's move forward. Now I'm sure, my dear, the dollar is at 17. Now I say you can't say, and most of you guys, you know, I am on Tiasia. Okay, businessmen of Ghana, majority of them, they are happy we are doing this. 90 or about 85% of businessmen in Ghana, capital ashe. You don't see the seriousness in the dollar now air cost. I make be true. So dollar drew 16 and that's 17, right? Now will be a businessman. Now 100,000 Ghana cedis. Or changes 100,000 Ghana cedis now. Because dollar no was 16, no, the sika no so a better shim. Now sa sika na eswatero. Listen, maybe I won't first to bank on your investment into one tiasie. Say a businessman with $200,000 cedis at a bank, maybe a 2 billion Ghana. Na okoda endra na jo. Na sa 2 billion Ghana no, or changing into dollar. Na so benya ebia $400,000. Na sa 2 billion Ghana no, or sorry no pa. Na dollar na akosro. Na o cheke sa di cedi na da bank no. Afedi o sa obenya ebia $160,000. What the trend say? One, sa company no egu. The rippling effect, one, the production line are stopping. When the production line stops, you cannot pay your workers. You cannot pay utilities. So a bank loan, then you'll be in arrears. It is going to affect every single part of your business. It is a dollar, no, a changing number, 1 cent. It affects business. And then you one business, so business upon business. And it's like you don't have to joke. But he does not even want to speak on the dollar. The practical way they will bring the dollar down, he does not care because he has no idea. Onim the omobe to me a change dollar no. Into one is simple say, oh, dollar nako 14, dollar nako 16. Or no be general so the rate at which the dollar is depreciating is 23%. It is good. No. If the dollar depreciates even 0.5%, it affects a business. And the moment a businessman seek at that bank, 2 billion, a diabetes, next what about 400,000. What happens? And they say the production line in break down. Now he has to find a way to make sure that vacuum no sa gap na abeda no, he needs to do what? He needs to fill it up, because sa sikana overnight ayira through the carelessness and incompetence of a foolish government, you know, he needs to find a way, because for the bank he's paying workers, he's paying some other things, his production thing, the equipment, the light. These are things that don't wait. You need to be servicing them. These are things that every 30 days, or some of them less than 30 days, you have to be paying. Bank loan, 30 days, you are paying. Electricity going down, 24 hours, 3 weeks, you are paying. Your equipment, you need to do what? You need to make sure they are up to date. You are paying mechanics. You have so these are things that you cannot wait and say, me train 6 months, your workers will go on strike. So what do you do and fill that gap? This is the job of the government. This is the job of the vice president, or the head of economic management team, to try and help the businessman. How do you do that? You need to bring practical solutions that their monies that they are losing, it will come back gradually. But this is the situation. Also, the goal for oil, nothing is changing. People every single day are losing money. In the Salvage Bawumia each day through the MPP government, they are creating the vacuum. They are creating. What is happening? And they say, businessmen, 90% of them are in debt. So they are running their companies on debt. And so all run a company, what happens? And they say, every single day, goods be alcofabiano, sa goods no, every single day, loan be also tibiano, sa loan in Simu Ebekamo, and the Uji loan of Ghana, over 30% interest every week, every month. Yeah, you get it. Now, vacuum, you need to close it. How are you going to close it? It means usike bi eda baby and can say backup money or your investment, Sasika, you need to go bring it and fill that hole. Now, so 4 billion be the hole. Now, so for Sasika no ever shut sa hole. Remember, the dollar cannot be predicted. The government is not doing anything to stable the dollar, to bring it down, the value down. The dollar can shoot up again, 18. Now, the 4 billion now, they will create another hole. Meaning, last backup net dahona, and not the audience say, Anka Kelasumi, and the emphasis Sankano. That money too has been entered. The government is eating into everybody's money. And do you know the repercussion effect? What is going to happen is, it is going to trickle down to the point where companies will be doing what? Will be sacking their workers because they cannot pay. That is why the unemployment rate is high. This is basic economics. And into the unemployment rate is high. Into the fundamentals, and then they say, get it done. Do whatever you can do. So also with the policy to solve that problem. Now, at this point, our policy, is not actually solving the problem, because Okacham say good for oil. What does it do? It needs to bring the dollar down. Finished. So I can say good for oil. Okay, we are what I want to see is that Misika America Bank last week, Sa Sikano is actually sitting there. Say Esra and Tekra, I will say Jina. When introducing gold for oil, my money is still dropping. I'm losing interest. I am still paying high taxes. Then it means your gold for oil did not have that impact. Meaning the gold for oil, that is why you are championing the gold for oil. It is about gold for oil. The gold for oil is not changing anything for you. The gold for oil is making things better for him. He is making money out of the gold for oil. Intina, we're journey free the economy. We're journey free digitalization. Now he's doing gold for oil. What has gold for oil brought to Ghanaians? Into 90% of businessmen in Ghana, they are struggling. Because if you tell me that your numbers are good, you are helping the economy. Every economy that is growing, it means a lot of people are getting jobs to do. That's how the economy grows. Every economy that you say this economy is growing, it is not growing because somebody is selling wachi. It is growing because so many people are getting work. They are being employed. And when they are being employed, what happens? They get money. And when they get money, they spend it on the economy or in the country. And when they spend the money in the country, then everybody is able to get access to Ayesika and their interest. That is how it works. So you can't tell me your economy is growing. Abra, your work unemployment rate is up the roof. No, that means your economy is not growing. Because Juma and Sana Faswaba, if there are no jobs, you cannot pay taxes. If there are no jobs, you're not going to get profit. So when people are not working, when people are not being done taxed, no, people are not contributing through work, you cannot grow the economy. You can grow the economy on paper, but realistically, you cannot grow the economy in people's pocket, because you will tell people that they are doing good, but inside, they are struggling. That is why so many companies in Ghana have folded up. That is why so many people in Ghana today are being unemployed. That is why so many businesses today are scared to invest in Ghana, because the leadership is not telling you people the truth. This is simple. Bawumia a solution to our problems. And Kendra will share media and Kobe catch practically what he can do in the next 2 months to bring the dollar down. On to me. There was nothing in it. Because aboso kind mete swame mete anyanchirem mekofan katie se mekofa ebro me kokonia de me hia ne say at the end of the day you can protect my capital. So we are buying, that's all to mean protecting the capital of your citizenry, the working class, then you don't deserve to lead the people. Because your main job, especially when you're coming from the background, say you are an economist, the people's capital are supposed to be your priority. Protect what they, at the end of the day, worked for. If you cannot protect my income, you cannot protect my capital, then I don't need to give you power. Because I didn't remember to me now, na me capital, misika me getri, misika me da hono, sa sika de bia eshi. You cannot lead me. Where Jimmy, you are not supposed to be given any opportunity to lead Ghana. These are the things we say. Almost say, oh, ye deep in atem. Omodo duone Jimmy. Mahama's first 120 days social contract. The omochene say, John Mahama say, Monyan mujidie. Say Ghana ene onyankopon adom say tumi to abama no mane be president a eye enda eye 120 days a edi nanim no de obeye nie endra yebusa abozege oso onim on de obeto aso ayedwuma yebusa Bawumia say na oba o first 120 days na oboso enkwasa asem ekufu ado ayere meto aso onim nyansa mo fa ne to nchen mo ma yen discuss Ghana nsem. John Mahama said the first 120 days no owo nyoma poli a o pesa wote hu say so oba saa nyoma ne de gawu to ganata ye gie dwa enama mpese otena so a ne yedi hu dwuma na ebi ne ene de 1 John Dramani Mahama say 1 yen kan ne brofo ne yen dwudwam. Nominate within the first 14 days the complete list of cabinet ministers or parliamentary for parliamentary approval. Or say Yatunas, Yatuaba, 7 December, or swear anasa oba independence square na onyankopon kokruko ebie nanim chire no na Ghana ye de akomapa ebompa ye di ne chia. The next day no 2 weeks e de nanim na watwemienu no obe make sure say ne dey ne ministers no we yi omo amoma ko parliament e me approve omo o se ontnase endwen ye toaso obebo adwuma into say a social contract. The all catch them Ghana for enie. Or say the first 2 weeks, ya to abama na also making sure say the cabinet ministers we you more and making sure within 2 weeks parliament at naso aveti omu nyina amoma sati yedwuma only time for concerts. We John Mahama na eka we MBA ni mu direct. Enya afena ye beka se ye bekonda ase asori afena ye kwa chia we afena ye ko dabi. Or say the first 2 weeks the obeye ne say or by being the cabinet ministers. Now we push them a parliament because mobile man the majority in parliament. Some John Mahama majority I never did so be pushy na cabinet sebio or did the ministers na more majority to me anything I want to Obama John Mahama also to my NDC MP no very important because your help by voting for the NDC MP or constituency no and never to John Mahama within 2 weeks sadie we nyina ebefa yanko enim. Number 2 wey a social contract onemo apama onemo fa 120 days in the obeye no or say constitute the leanest and most efficient government under the Fourth Republic in my first 90 days in office. Or say 120 days no 3 months mu I was say or make sure say abanya ono ebeda no abanya aban ketwa sebio yeka aban ketwa emu nipa obeyi ni omaye adwuma no ebe kakre bi enya na nado danko ekufu ado de ni bi we din kaka achemo so or the 60 ministers when be adwuma into or say in the Fourth Republic he is going to be the first president or the minister 60 pe be adwuma into the leanest aban mu nipa omusa ena odi be adwuma or say the first 3 months or be make sure say oma wa for adwuma ene ne ye adwuma e wo baby nyina eye aban no esua oma Ghana for entua nkwase sika ma nipa bi ene ko Jubilee House a wiifo kokemfo ajantrafo eye de TikTok fo no muguo kwase afo de bi kro mo adwuma yesore na etu oboka ekufo adonko a uko Jubilee House a eye nipa be 1500 de adwuma na den yetu emo etonma Egypt fo Oba Bawumia officer ono ne office kuma na I say yeton kerosene wo ho no nipa over 25 ene wo ho obi agi over 50,000 Ghana tete Ghana no 500 million ene omo to ho de na omo ya enkwasiade Mahama says san kwasiade no ompeso bezo so 60 ministers he will make sure say the first 90 days no the leanest government no he's put them together. Mr. S, I want people to pay attention, so you need to be cleaning the system for people to have full concentration to listen to the NDC for manifesto no energy John Mahama ka very important. Ghana for no de dodo na imagine so beton Mahama asem no person omo ti ase. It Mr. S, Mr. P, clean the system and make sure those who are ready and willing to listen to the facts and then you keep them on the system. So it's very important. And I agree also Jimmy for the their problem is that we are doing the job. All right, now the next one is this. The next one is number 3. Establish a robust code of conduct and standards for all government officials. Also, say yetuminya embrade to ho. Sene beya obi a wa adwun say obeya John Mahama aban mu adwuma no. Also hu say embraketi bi dawa se bi obusu a also free na aban mu. Na etia na John Mahama eye Vicky Hammer eka say sebio one de osudaye na se onya sika bi a obejai politics one ne nyonkofo na edi agosere John Mahama pamono. This shows how John Mahama also saw Sanyoma so. Even though na Evia Vicky Hammer no na only that intentions, it was just a comment she was making. John Mahama ka say, "We are public servant and kwade. Some of the comments when you make it the perception a bit me affect o career any abino inti chonhu. That is what leaders do." Inti John Mahama say, "Eye dean, eye oba or the emraketing beto." All right, Mr. S, you can go ahead. Mr. P, you can go ahead. Or the emraketing beto, I make sure say, eye emrano and the bedie jumano, oya an MP, oya an minister, or foul a binding quadia, nasa emraketino, went to men disua or betcha quine. If we say this is not the time, or best song quasia samuso. Number 4, hold a national economic dialogue to discuss the true state of the economy and prepare a homegrown fiscal consolidation program to guide the budget. Or see, and the first 120 days, the Oben say, ye na within 3 months, 4 months, Obe Fred Ghana for na Sibia or ye no time in 2014-15 time at Yanchamba ya Bahama or per se na ye free SHS. Time unusa free SHS or free a whole country say yenya dialogue. Time John Mahama echo IMF oko just $900 million pay or free the whole Ghana na ekufu to omunyina to catch them say this is the situation we are in. Ye per se ye dwendwene ansa na yetu anamon or say oba what he's going to do and say ye be free Ghana fo nyina wanka so be free ndisi fo nkwa o or say obe free be free national dialogue. Ye beto nsa afra hemfo. Ye be free asofo. You be for police for, you be for teacher for, you be for nurse for, you be for hima, you be for a small scale miners, you be for a cocoa farmers, you be for Ghana for any fra for, Sebio Omomi Bua for, you be for Ghana and Quarani Pin for, Yenina Yabeshia, now fe. Ya dwendwene asisi ya dwene po e send ye dig o mani sikasem e befaso o se sa dialogue no e ho na obema Ghana fo ehu e ya dwiri ma ekufu ado ne na aban edi Ghana into ochiramu dwirim no a na ofe wakase ye nyina no se si ade na ye befaso every say ono ya aban o wona dwenkyere se ye gituma e ne de bekyekere man no John Mahama onye autocrat ontumi share them enkase we decide into say na yenko. He believes in democracy. He believes to say oka no so aka no bi so akere na adwene na we akere na adwene na de akere man. In John Mahama say even though there are government who are ready or which is ready to make sure say almost save this country economically, they also want to involve you the citizen oto abayi omo into yabeji obi adwenkyere oje obi adwenkyere na afi nyina ya ba bankrom say okay asimesi musike na omadi di akanie Sesia no de yebetumi aye entotoya yebetumi aye ama Ghana sikasam ejina ne naso no say na tie na Ghana for mu hu ni sen or say the first 120 days these are the things he's going to do. So you have to understand say John Mahama is thinking of inclusive governance. That means emfa woni udibie any baby wote any age. John Mahama wants you to be part of running this country. And that is one thing na Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo ne Bawumia mo almost sideline Ghana for. And omutimi could take a decision. Say, oh, yanko yi tobu timfro, sebio ebubuafo enifrafo ena wo tobu to omu ye adwuma nya kakra, omo pamo omo gu abontene, no mo bu tobu. Ade chia, omo se yanka nkyere mutidi enwa jimi. Yetia omo se oh by force e-levy. Omo bu aban no for 8 years, omo anje Ghana fo adwenkyere. Every say Akufo-Addo, Bawumia, any MPP aban wo no, omo hu se eni ejimi. Omo de 2 million na omo pe. Na sebio 2 million na ewo sanke boaye no, omo hu ni se wo se boaye. John Mahama said that kind of governance, he is going to involve everybody, whether you voted for him or not. Country situation and so a national dialogue will be put together by the NDC first 120 days. Now, hold a national economic dialogue. All right, here we are. No, now or say 120 days. We no be. Within my first 90 days in office, scrap the following draconian taxes to alleviate hardships and ease high cost of doing business. E-levy, COVID levy, 10% levy on bet winnings, and emission levy. John Mahama said, Moto Abamana, December 7th, the first 120 days, in fact, the first 90 days out of the 120 days, E-levy will be bet tax obetwem, emission tax obetwem, COVID-19 levy obetwem tie. Or say the first 3 months sa nyomo nyino obetwem. Sa taxes we ade abeto Ghana for ma Ghana for yem edwuma ebre etete Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo Bawumia mo ade abeto mo so a ende also mo twem mo so mo ntwem no John Mahama ne NDC na no poko agima mo so mo ba power. First 3 months, first 90 days sa de we nyoba move akọ parliament ne ato aba ne etwem. E-levy, John Dramani Mahama said obetwem tie COVID-19 levy amutia sa tax no John Mahama said the first 90 days obetwem oba 10% levy on bet winnings betting tax or say obeye fro obetwem ena eba emission iwusie afiri mu ka ato a Akufo-Addo onum wi se kusie Bawumia mo omonom jot se nkusie omokura no omofa tax nto omapempem almost say inwusia almost say almost taxing inwusia no John Mahama ne NDC say omubetwem Ghana for abre sa tax we faso ni so opese oma Ghana for ehun eden ehin ha omo tie me we ni friend obi onim nyansa obema ohawe da wo so obeye free wo so Bawumia da ho ye president or da ho ye head of economic management team onam Ghana na ojimi onyi tax we free wa o say na ono ontumi nye koto de ne bodwe ofui opede efe na waja agisamba na de din de so ntumi nye because enyo na president. John Mahama say moma ne tumi a first 90 days the first 3 months obe prepare parliament sa tax we nyina obetwam ye jijam 6 o'clock 10 in Ghana, good timing. Now within my first 90 days in office, review taxes and levies on vehicles and equipment imported into the country for industrial and agricultural purposes. Or say, tax and another Dankwa Akufo-Addo edia to sebio machines and akasa yedi beye ekuya ene sebio machines yedi beye companies yedi beye dwuma aboa Ghana no ende yeti Ghana Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo one Bawumia omo the tax akese na atoto so oso ba de oben ne say obema ye nyina ya tena se. Now we make sure say sa taxes be adida sa nyoma bi so no also sa hwe ne ye or sa de ne hwe ne bi ka say reviewer e bia tax na adida sa nyoma no so no do ebia obi farmer obi farming company obi ha our company a opeso kofa cars ba na ode be di dwuma ema sa company na ebe boa Ghana mpuntio no na ye the tax chenchene yakoto no so John Mahama say oba ye free bibi review obesa de ni ahwebiem de emfaso ni so no obete so because ebi mu ho a e wo se sa nyoma ne mo kwan no mutumi de ba Ghana no de be bo adwuma e de be fa nipa e de be chichire man no nti o say oba review 90 days the first 3 months no obehwe sa taxes no na wahwe de sebio emu odin dodo na wagugum sane be ya eye businessmen a omo ye into agriculture business, agro business, omo so e de infidie ba Ghana sebio omo kafra brochi no omo so ebe ho be henha omo a omo betumi akra mo e de abebie ndwuma ema Ghana fo enye biaye we eye agro business for omo wa agric mu omo so import cars ba omo de equipment akese ebe ye dwuma. These people John Mahama ehwe omo sene be ya obeboa mo obodwuma no omo ahenha omo into say taxes a Bawumia de ato omo so sisia no the first 90 days yetoma na odinani behwe de also oteso no we ekokompe abosi okan we ene mo amoye business mo kra articulators, tractors, harvesters, modizers, the no, or so in the taxes net that's no esson, or see in a trans near share, the more dino, also gum. Where John Mahama, the first 120 days is the obey. Now, Oko Enima or say, commence drafting needed legal amendments and prepare for implementing the 24-hour economy policy under the office of the president. Or say, the first 120 days, Jobel say, Omo be start aye enkrata ene emra. Omo de be tie 24-hour economy no making sure say it take it off. Or no, ene betina e pono na no. Or no, ene be share 24-hour economy no. Or no, ene be leady. A failure, he will take the blame. Into say because he wants to make sure say 24-hour economy no it will take off well no he would share it, he will lead it, he will start the commencement, he will make sure say the legal backings emra was a territory emani gina ne naso ema omo amode omo ba behye no omo nyina ensuro ehu se ebe gina ne naso aboa Ghana no o se one na betena epono no ti. Now we make sure say 24-hour economy ya pagya to so ya pagya to mupe na soja na afi obia join it na spread wo Ghana na sebio na Ghana fo nyina ti ase into say ya de mra betare to in the first 3 months no ono ne be di anim say 24-hour economy na failure because ono ne be chair ono ne betena pono na no ono obagya tum but o say see there the intentions is that the first 3 months no 24-hour economy officer he will start making sure say ya ne mra sebio Ghana mbra ebotwo emu odene ebetuma aboa wo Ghana ni aboa wo nyonko Ghana ni ama obia so eho ahenha no ye adwudwam intitiase John Mahama said the first 120 days 24-hour economy obehye ne se emra ye beko parliament akofa emra den atareto ama ne gina ne naso aye pintin se ne be ya Ghana fo behu se we de enye bosremuka na sebio aba se eba abeboa Ghana o se opese Ghana for who say 24-hour economy in here nti ono ene betena pono na no obia obetene mu no ono ne bedi anim aka say yenye ni say fo adwene bra asobode anase any blame ba or say he will take it. That is why he has decided to take that upon himself to lead the 24-hour economy policy. Yanko enim ye jujum omde di atam ko e be jujum eno de untumi nya hwe. John Mahama said the first 120 days nyama obeyeni. Yeah. Mr. You have the green light to do that. Now, also the first 120 days, establish an accelerated export development council, that is the AEDC, to promote export as part of broader strategy for economic transformation. Or say, so oba in the first 120 days the obeyni. You will careful bebre Ghana. Sebio eba enyoma sebio yaye. Ya pese ya koton wa abrochia sebio because majority of agro farmers omo into agric omo dua nuaba edua cashew edua nyoma omo pese nka sebio omo ton bi Ghana wi a omo pese de aka no omo pese omo koton abrochi no because abanya etisu entumi enkeka omo nyina mbom to John Mahama. One of the main words he been using and he has been using on his campaign nyina aban ekuafo informing cooperatives because some forming cooperatives are mutumi decide senior mo bekan mo beton mo nyama ama aban anase mo de bekọ abrochire or say nyoma ye bekọ ton abrochire no obe make sure say ye the value aka ho ono ankasa na sebio obe make sure say sa dwumadie no egina ne na so into we no okasama omo ekuafo a omo kuro anase omo dua nnuaba a omo tumi ton bi ofi a mo pese omo ko ton abrochire na ɔse deɛ ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo yɛ no sɛ ɔmo pɛpɛ ɛkwan bi so a ɔmo bɛ promote Ghana nneɛma a yɛyɛ no wɔ ha yɛ pɛ sɛ ɔyɛ tɔn ɛwɔ aburokyire no because we have become an import dependent country a de biara deɛ yɛ di biara deɛ yɛ biara pɛ sɛ yɛ kraba John Mahama sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ ɔhyɛ ɛyɛ ekuadwuma no mu kena sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a ɔmo bɛtumi dua bi afidi Ghana na sɛbio deɛ ɛbɛka no ɔno ankasa di anim na sɛbio ɔmo package ne yie ɛkyekyere ne yie ɛma ne gyina ne nan so na ɔmo tumi tɔn ɛwɔ aburokyire nti ɔno de bia ɔka ɔse sɛ mo yɛ kuafo a mo form group the more amabɛyɛ group no yɛnya cashew nut fo a ɔmo yɛ 200 na mo yɛ cooperative a motumi decide sɛ aban yɛ nneɛma no yɛ tɔn ne sei aban no mbɛdi ano ɛbo a mo pɛ no titiri no mo nsaka na sɛ mokɔ individual na ayɛ den nti when it comes to export ɔmo so a ɔmo companies a ɔmo yɛ nneɛma ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo tɔn the package wise ɛbɛyɛ attractive specific countries ɔmo hia nneɛma bi no ɔsɛ na aban no ɛbɛboa mo di mo anim akyerɛ sɛ wokɔ Yugoslavia ɔmo pɛ abɛnkwan paa nti mo a mo yɛ abɛ no mo target no bɛ Yugoslavia Ghana John Mahama aban no ɛne Yugoslavia foɔ no company no Ministry of Trade foɔ no ɛbɛdi nsawosoɔ sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a wobɛtumi ayɛ den asɔve anasɛ wode nneɛma akɔdeɛ Yugoslavia ɛnya ho sika nti wei ɛne nneɛma a ɔpɛ sɛ ne first 120 days no ɔma ne bɛda ne mmara sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a Ghanafoɔ ekuafoɔ companies manufacturers mo nyinaa mo bɛhu beebi a mo nneɛma bɛkɔ ɔbɛdi anim aboa mo ama sɛbio nneɛma a yɛntumi ɛndi ne nyinaa wɔ ha no yɛntumi ntɔ ne nyinaa wɔ ha no yɛbɛtumi de akɔ yɛ neighboring countries koraa Nigeria, Benin, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, ɔmo nyina mo hia nyoma yɛwɔ nyoma bebree a etumi pro yɛwɔ nyoma bebree a etumi manufacture because aban entumi enso businesses pa ɛma ɔmo ntumi ɛnkɔtɔn ne nti ana nyoma nyina yɛ ka nti John Mahama sɛ ɔba the priority baako bɛyɛ businesses a motumi produce a lot no you have to rely on that government na aban no bɛdi mo anim ɛbɛboa mo ɛma relate ama enya ɛyɛ international collaboration sɛnɛ bɛyɛ a mobɛtumi enya nsawosoɔ edi nsawosoɔ etumi adi mo nyoma no akɔ aburukyira akɔtɔn enya sika de aba Ghana ɔse ɔba saa ɛna ɔbɛyɛ now ukɔ w'anim a ɔse ne first 120 days deɛ ɔbɛyɛ ni convene a national consultative conference on education to build consensus on needed improvement to the sector ɔse sɛ yɛbɛma yɛnyi nyinaa yakoma aba fam ne adwene bibi ho a sɛbio yɛsua deɛ ana education no asɛe adekodeɛ nti asɛ ne sɛbio wohwɛ Ghana yɛ constitution mu a ɛka ne plain sɛ ɛyɛ obiara right sɛ obɛkɔ school na emom no yɛnyɛ ne kakra sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a yɛade sua ana school na nkɔraa ne kɔ no ɛyɛ deɛ ɛyɛ agyinapɔ no ɛyɛ quality no ɛmfiri hɔ sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a ɛnyɛ sɛ wakɔ school kɛkɛ wobɛpie no na wonhyɛ da ne deɛn wonhyɛ da ɛnni nyansa bia John Mahama sɛ ɔba the first 120 days no ɔbɛ call it for a very intensive national consultative conference sɛbio ɔmo ɛyɛ Ghana adesua de ɔmakoma so no teacher for academicians ɔmo a sɛbio ɔmo awedra ɛwɔ school kom ɛne adesua mu no ɔno ɔmo nyinaa bɛtena ase na yɛhwɛ yɛ school no sɛnea yɛbɛtumi atenetene no na akwaraa bi wɔ school a ɔbɛnya nidasoɔ ɔbɛnya ahotɔyam sɛ school a mekɔ yi sɛbio menkɔ ne kɛkɛ because kwaseɛ bi sɛ obi ankɔ school na mekɔ school na akɔnya nimdeɛ nti yɛbɛtena ase na ahwɛ free SHS, basic education, university. Saa nyoma ni nyinaa yɛde ne nyinaa bɛte pono so ne yɛtenetene no. Ne yɛhu sɛ ɛyɛ yɛnkwara na ɔmo kɔ school no, ɛnyɛ school kɛkɛ. Na ɔmo kɔ school akonya enimonyam, akonya nyansa a ɛbɛboa ɛmɔma kɔ ɔmo nim. Ɛfiri sɛ school deɛ obi atumi kɔ. Na mmom deɛ wobɛnya afiri mu no ɛna hia. Ɛndɛ deɛ nkwara ɛbɛnya afiri school mu no ɛni hɔ. The quality part has been taken away. John Mahama sɛ ɔba onye obi a owo wiase nyanse nyina omo a omo awedra ewo adesuam ewo school kom ewo school ntotie mu no obefro mu nyina your friend consultative conference omo betena se na omo adwendwene na eye 120 days mu no you take a decision a ebetumi ama ye school kɔ no egina na enye SS nko a primary university polytechnics nursing obe make sure say ye school sem no ye da tena pono so on say ade we ade a NPP nye bi da. The NPP, there has never been a day Oma ba bema Oma Fred Ghana for say yan dwene se ne ebeko enim omo nya bi da ejimi for de bi go jubile azomo no wi cocaine omo repimba eboni patuo de omo ni ma no but you see the NDC no what they do in say they always try to build this nation with mo Ghana for so we study NDC for manifesto every single thing they've said, it is not just them. It is always about you, your opinion, and your support. Wa junior eba beka omo de ho no mo da chichire man no. Sana MP NDC for omo chichire omo manifesto. Sana omo de chichire man. So we John Dramani Mahama. Uko we China could do Atamels, could do JJ Rawlings. Party no nensuno de omo de tie ne se nipa omo ti krom no omo adwene sebio omo bre sebio omo adwen po ene ye gide begige ne da chichire ene ntina social democratic party e nipa ne hiasem ene ye party ne hiasem in this West Study NDC na. Every time you make your manifesto biano, it is about the people. It is about the contribution of the people. Because omo hu omo so omo numuase nyanse nyina. Eye omo to aba, omo timanmu no, timamufuo no adwene no, ena omo je na omo so de omo de ka ho e de chekere man. Eni tina JJ Rawlings ba, otumi rural electrification project. Enti otumi de light ko inkurase, ema na esini welder, ema obi a sebi o teacher ni enya bebi tina sa because nipa na omo ho no de omo pe a omo ka kire aban no. Eni tina Tamils ba, no the national health insurance scheme and yet the mutual health because judging the mutual health by and akofo be to a mutual health so and Atamils by the national health insurance into Ghana ni bia no sebio obia ho be hinha no omo hwe the Ghana for pe omo dwene Ghana for ho ansa John Mahama eba is to make sure say we be see the e-blocks around the nation akorabia benya school papa mu akọ aye den enya adesua papa obesi hospitals obesi road works obe make sure say the nipa ne pe se ne be ya emma omo te circle or te adenta ofri adenta medu circle 4 hours obi a circle num a sebio and ofri adenta about 45 minutes embre dodo obetena ka amuno ende esuatwa ode abenya sika okọ kotokraba obi edwanim because ye maame nom ye nuanom omo pedwuma aye omo pedwuma die di omo pe bebi atena omo betuma di omo dwuma into Central Regional kotokraba market 7 nipa bebre oba kaso a interchange no ende ama traffic na easy ofri Cape Coast eba Accra efo ubetumi den spend the last time now akwa ye dwuma no aba oko asantememu a kejetia market ene si oboyai minuanom asantefo ende etumi di dwuma ema sebio minuanom asantefo ye maamenom sebio first no omokodwonso kwa na emrante ehwe omogya dan efise konkom na omodwonso ende John Mahama besi kejetia market etisa brochire ende school wom fire service wom medical facility wom ende utumi ko restaurant wom ende okwa unya bebi tina insuo to a insuombo adwene a eda omutim no nipa no a omoti kronum no de omope a ebema omabra ba koso no eno na NDC dwene ho it is always about the people. It is not about some individuals and our tribe. That is the difference between the NDC, that is the Social Democratic Party, and the NPP, that is a property owning party. Nya distinction and the difference no and then ebeboa mo wato aba ehu party pese eboa any party aboa. For the last 65 years, party a friend NPP NC Regional Hospital wa Ghana. Oba time bia wawo Ghana Kwame Nkrumah ana Acheampong ana se John Mahama Atamils JJ Rawlings Hospital no ma wom NPP Hospital ma oba anko wom da enye party wifuo kuo yanko enim. Now oba wenima o say implement the no academic fee policy for all first year students in public tertiary institutions, universities, colleges of education, nursing training institutions and etc. John Mahama said the first 20 days, 120 days, obe making sure say within that first 4 months, yet enquire omoko tertiary institution first year for obi antua fees. Tie. Omo ende omo SS omo tro results ochina omo tro exams ochina omo nyina de obe pass akọ university the first year ontua fees. John Mahama said o tertiary o university o college of education o nursing training o polytech o teko o legono first year ura tertiary institutional sa o first year na o twen say ubenya loan na loan emba no o se sa first year aban afasa aka no na de be ne say ukọ second year no akọje de loan third year waji loan fourth year waji loan na de wie ti John Mahama say mo a mo tro wasi ende a mo hwe me anadwi yire wo hu na tro na wutwa na so results ne ye ura university nko ade a o first year no me ha wo ho de wo hia ni so hye ni this way a wo de gu de obagum okwa ye beje wo efri say John Mahama any NDC aban no e be faka no sa na tie. That is how it is. And the first 4 months, ono your friend be social contract, ono wa tonchia, ono wa ediampam, or see way and or so be. John Mahama ye be den. Why ye be pay yo? JMA, Mahama oka obey you. We nya de foforo. I say use political use no. Bawumia a political Bobrisky on Kanukre and Oyoba or Chino Bema. John Dramani Mahama Achro into a Ghana ni na wotro e wasi enyumreya bawunsem. Kase ma bra wo bra na suatwa first year men how ho this way energy drink eno an e dey toothpaste ena me hia minya dross me nsa kan ho eno an John Mahama say me first year no wo dey ma me mo kakra ontua obetua sa eye dey me first year me fees na ma me otua ni nyina tena fie dey always so ya ne say from phones na busa kwabena na ekosel ma bibia koye o ye da ha ye ko school ye sua dey first year afi baako o maame no papa afọ mu hodi o mbetuma yo mudwuma mpeso mo ye saa ene de chichiri man John Mahama ne NDC so o maame ene o papa asene wei eye bo wei waye bi pen wei onya foforo wo hwe ne nsa no adwuma oye ya university ana senior high school a wo team no NDC ne siye so person hu aban odwene ho a busa ho se sesia school a wo kobu no school a wo team no MPP ne siye o mun si bi da university a wo team no MPP ne siye o mun si bi da Nursing Training College awoko ewo Ghana MPP ne si omun si bi da dwene abmaya edwene osuku ho nti se na the ball is in your court me Kevin Taylor Jimmy D na de mahunu hu bi da MPP for ya kromfo omo da nipa John Mahama say first year university JMA introduce the following social interventions: free tertiary education for persons with disability, the Ghana Medical Care Trust Mahama Care Oba ya Obama Care, Obi anim dia America for, and the Mahama Care ba. Ade because when they see UGMC, on the year the Rich Hospital, Mahama NC the Oko Tamalia, Mahama NBC a hospital Siria, the hospital Ewa de Afari, hospital El Kumewu, John Mahama see hospitals or see or the Mahama Care ba, Diana Pasoka, or see the first 120 days, we no Oba Baye. Bogus, Mama Mimbejumo, na Enibrena Abano. All right, I'll take care of it. Or see, the first 120 days, the first 4 months, you're better than say, your friend be free tertiary education for persons with disability. So we study Ghana on my way are MPP abaya omon dwene sebio Ghana for omo a omo ho aka ho. Senka MPP aban we adwene Ghana for omo ho aka ho anka Ghana for dodo a sebio omo di dem no omo na ye adwuma autoboot e wo the whole Ghana. Nipa be 20,000. Mahamudu Bawumia tena cabinet ka say yempam wo nyina mfiri adwum ne mbubu toboot no. And the John Mahama saw ba what he's going to do in the say sebio ye nuanom a omo ho aka sebio omo pese omo ye den omo etwa omo school pon so de obeye ne say sa nipa ni nyina no John Dramani Mahama ebe make sure say so omo wura esuapon mu nko ade a omo wura higher education mu a NDC aban John Mahama die nim no aban ebe tu sika e de ahwe omo e ma sebio omo so akọ school ni free na sebio uni bibi ekrobia sebio yenuan omo nuanom a sebio omo ho aka oman for priority anyom priority no ekro no ebre and another danko ekufuado from day one obeye president Sanke Kufuado eyi National Cathedral $58 million numu $2 million kra anka sebio yenuanom a omo fall into the disability group and I say omo ho aka no anka majority of them anka omo nya free education e tertiary institutions. But another danko Kufuado ne Bawumia eyi $58 million etu amna donko eko jina eko miame kasa mi yiri krom Israel eko top boba $2 million e de be share form omo ejimi. John Mahama say ende sebio uye Ghana ni uye bubuani ebia uya obia wo hu didam mensuro mempaba de ose na aban ne be ne se moda na koma so sebio utumi sua de epese ura isuapon a de obe ne se aban no ebe ma special privilege special eyedien circumstance aban be ma special package aban no ebe boa e ma wotuma ko school no sebio ewie e de sebio wo moa abeboa Ghana. Okay, it was under NDC and enya the first person sebio oyeni frenia obey minister under NDC been see that. It's party we no, it's an inclusive party. It was under the NDC and the minister not oyeni freni ne been seen in the history that in Ghana. And this NDC abanka chira say omoba biema people with disability yenu anoma mo ho aka no eye ade edom akoma so men di omuchim NPPC so from eye ye nana eye ye wofa eye baafo akoto yi £700 free in tumem ete MPP besin ne ye nuanom mo ho aka they have never considered them in any of their decisions unimam and they must take people with disability because John Mahama din ka asem over a year ago Eye political Bobrisky, eye Bawumia say aye, Mahama ka me so meka onim nyanse be implement it. Inti se mo ye Ghana ni na se opese sebio unimu nua bi oba bi owo eye den owo confidence se obeso tertiary institution sebio oye obi a ne ho aka anase oye den oye bubuani anase sebio or fall in the bracket of people with disability amema ni nsuro John Mahama sa waka John Mahama so obeye inti we ene eye the first 120 days no ade a oso obeye now yanko enim commence the distribution of free sanitary pads to female students in primary and secondary schools. Mr. S, get me the story from Samia Uku. John Mahama say, and Adewe in the year 2019, time at John Mahama lifted Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman sa. Eka said Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman and Opesa Obeni Rani made the first woman unimunyan sapa wako school wako echire odo Ghana fo nyina o bread hwase ebe ne Rani mate no. And Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman say, "Embayuwa edana koma so." Opese Ghana mbayuwa muko school Ghana no. At least yenya efoto bi to wa yebetumi ato sebio pad. Ama yemma no enso sebio omudu da age na omomo eye secondary ene omomo primary no sebio ebema omoso enya confidence no aba nipem. If you say sa akora start bu nsa na se yentumi amboa akora no emane ntumi ankata ne huye ensiesie ne huye na sebio enka bi ka ne ho a eye na edin se akora no kora obenya that confidence say obetoa so akọ school. Inti Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman from 2018 no static as asem we na de enwanwa nyina ne say before Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman kora start ya o kache Ghana for say NDC abai no senkobo ba power 2020 a anka Ghana for nkwara a ombebu omunsa our primary any SS nyina ebenya eye den part sebio ediaka omo enyoma ho school no. Before that na John Mahama ne NDC na Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman eye den eye education minister no. Inti Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman sa adewe na eye time na oye education minister and no suggest yes say e was say embayuwa bi omo Ghana omo primary to SS no e wo se omo den e wo se omo sanitary pad for free a omo fanka omo nyoma ho. Time na John Mahama ye president one na education minister na ye Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman or did this idea by as way back as 2013 14 15 now nim dey see here John Dramani Mahama sorry NDC for the idea way by you know there na NPP for kan ye me ba be kire wade and the NDC for say omunya tumi na sa free pad no enkwara mo primary SS ye de be mo free no. Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman John Mahama say first 120 days omema na ye mra time John Mahama mo de asem we bae time na John Mahama ye president. I'll come back to this matter. This is what the NPP said. Samia Uku sa time na ordin the NPP fuenim year near in 2014. John Mahama and Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman in 2014 say I was saying kwara more primary in Maba any more SS I was see more free sanitary pad. Samia Uku any MP before Vigilante TV say Mahama sanitary pad initiative is demonic. Kwasiafo we time na John Mahama Nana Opoku-Agyeman education minister time o ka say I was saying kwara no ye masebio omutu eso enya eden hygiene papa I was see tumi mo omo pad na omo de ehwe omo ho ete omo ho no Samia Uku aye ne sese opina obetena TV so ka kire Ghana for say NDC for idea omo de aba say I was say emaba omo primary any SS no I was say ye mo free sanitary pad no Samia Uku kwase ampanyi wo ka kire Ghana for maamefo ne eye enyanom say John Mahama say pad no de ba no odukoye ede odukoye duro kwasia we ene nam Ghana o baba wo ya ka kire mo say MPP for omo Ghana for say mo agimi they don't respect you people. My first story in Chile will be 2014. This is what he said. This is 2014. Onye Mahama sanitary pad initiative is demonic. 2014 Samia Uku and a date in a show no. Mon friend Samia Uku nde na mumbusa and say John Mahama mo from 2014 omuka say omo the sanitary pad for primary any SS in kwara mo Ghana I was say aban to me the cha omo na omo tumi eden etumi ebu omo nsama omo hote no dey na Samia Uku kan ye and dey na obeka kwasiafo we say mama Bawumia be president san kwasiafo ni nam Ghana say yedidi omo atam hwe eye Hawa omo de Ghana fo akom. This is a young man amoso wako school pen oni de onim nyansa wako abrochire They are doing politics. They don't care about you. Samia ukubola bed way. And when you sika say tem, we sika or enelina. Oh, the nefuaye. And Bawumia, press the no on an HS cano 20,000, 30,000. Kwame dinkra 50,000. And almost swa Ghana sika, almost one for the whole Ghana better crying. I'm a Modiana hotel ada. As I don't for plane. Samia ukum na HS cano, Samia ukuka champagne we on an S adiano. Mumuza Samia ukunda say 2014 na NDC cast as some way out, Obeka say demonic and the original was saying. Sankwasi afo say the Nkorako good school. What the Akorako good school? Na Akorakura bunin sa. Sebio do di bedi kura, Ediane obedi kura and the better when you sika to pad. Mona mo se o ma for ho chiromo. Mona mo se Nkora we de o ma for ehiomo. Akora ehia ne papa ne maame e de no nye sika to pad. Na aban bi in 2014 ka say e wo say e masa Nkora ne nyina free pad from primary to SS. Kwasi afo ka say e demonic. E ye bonsam de e ye Mahama de ko ye duro. Kwasi afo ende say Jimmy fo we. Say Jimmy Fowe and then school girls are more SS. When I bet me at top part 20 Ghana and over. School near or senior high school. Or 20 Ghana way. Echo bojantra. Akora our primary, our JSS, our buninsa, or Sika way. School near our SS in there and the sanitary part. One pack there for cry over 20 Ghana, 25 Ghana. Or cover 25 Ghana free. Na kwasia for you a young man instead of you to be proactive don't order kwasia and I'll party and I'll catch you say we are demonic. 2014 and the NDC council with John Mahama say moment opportunity no December 7 2025 obey president obey make sure say eye Ghana Nkwara mo JSS primary SS abayu bi o school bia no or say ye ma sanitary pad eye available abayin na also ofahoka. And this is the contract between John Mahama in the first 120 days mi djudwam when na John Mahama say obeye dia biem na ope we na ope kaya amotium ope mumuni aketu amotium ah umpe we na ope mumuni abotium tie me na yenko enim. John Mahama say institutes inquiries and or forensic audit into the following matters of public interest. Or see the first 20 days no obeye adie na saa de no tie me be dwudwo ma kire or say or be investigations into nyoma bi ehia pa because krono ankofo boy o Ghana ha no e wo say you make sure say nyoma bi wo ho de a enisi etena so first 3 months first 4 months no de saa nyoma we e be investigations ene na musuro no ena chema wuntumi ti din akonta wo ma and the oblidi na why ne bema ehwe left ne tia ehwe left ne na ehwe left ne kwase ehwe left o kan kwase asem wo wuntumi no. John Mahama said in the first 120 days, no, we know by. I say the collapse of indigenous Ghanaian banks and financial institutions at a supposed cost of 25 billion. I say, I'm about the first 20 days. The OBB investigations woman a year 25 billion. Nana adodankwa ekufuado. Any Bawumia catch the Ghana for say. Almost the 25 billion Ghana cedis e close bank. On sendra Bawumia shia eye so-called journalist for no. On say about banking closure no. On the now can say the banks were not closed, they were merged. They have started using this phrase. And I will study here. More politicians and especially at for no, they are liars. I was saying go from day one. Almost saying come and close the banks and come and shut the banks be down and banks in ever run the country down. And so we study Bawumia statement or say the banks were not closed, they were merged. They are now trying to run away from the 25 billion now almost from the closing banks no, because from the beginning almost a banking closure. It's John Mahama so about power or bet you nyina ba bontene say momra Mumma chere de mudi 25 billion ye bank na mu close ye no send them most banks no were merged. Why did you spend 25 billion? These are Bawumia's words. Because today Bawumia is saying the banks were merged with other banks. That's fine. To merge a bank will not cost you 25 billion. So if you even said you merged the banks, come and show us how you were able to spend 25 billion just to merge banks. Now what you say? In Tesiano say, Mr. S, I know maybe you'll be glancing through his foolish talk yesterday. Glance through it. A bar banking closure. No, as someone kind of say, oh, they merged some banks with some banks. Oh, so the merging was 25 billion. Hey, and then come we closure and the BC. Until we are going to ask you, Jomama, so what you mean about Bontine? Mo match the 25 billion now, most of the merge you, somebody close you, or say, or bet you about first 120 days, or mumbe yano. Or say a forensic audit. You can't a forensic audit out here. Krata bia ye beshum near the microscope ashe. Assemble wumubia, sikebia baby a coil, no, the microscope be DHD near the ADA, a fiber optic cable, asoso, near the information number. Your friend be forensic, and no, your fan bako, your should be a copy be a coy, baby a sikebia coil, and a brody fan forensic. John Mahama said the first 120 days a year. I'll see you 25 billion a per day. Or say illegal printing of money. Yetiana Bank of Ghana beka just printing over 60 billion. Obebu samo. Sa sika na mo printing ye, the dia na mo de ye. Or see a baby investigations the first 120 days. Where John Mahama ni NDC. Omu ni agro ye be chinipa. Or sa also say the 25 money the 58 million inflated single source contracts, and here the 58 million national cathedral scandal, or say a $58 million now Ekufuado say or the Akotua mena or the Akosi national cathedral no muntie. The reason why John Mahama say obey investigations into this matter and say Ekufuado started national cathedral no say e onene nyankopon bo na emom sorry for any businessman any ankurankura any disika no ebesi national cathedral na oman no enema edien na sase ye hwehwehwehwe mu no na danko Ekufuado ne nsa Ghana sikem $58 million to John Mahama so ba Ghana for sika $58 million na Ekufuado ene Bawumia mu de omon nsa bom no mombe chirechirem. John Dramani Mahama say moba embra mechire 58 million national cathedral sa amenana motu no hono sika no de na mode ye eya ban sika until we have the right to ask questions. Makachire NDC for that's my suggestion. John Mahama national cathedral sa no face children's hospital a best place for children's hospital and a very important suggesting keke. All right, now Otako anymore senior ma in the first 4 months no obe be investigations na mejuju mu kire wo no enu ntina MPP fo suro enu ntina omo person me free power no omo no say John Mahama ni abre na oba now okwo wanima because also tia national cathedral Ekufuado kofa ba inti e be investigations say o say toto na no o say Ekufuado o ma answer because o say on na a leading national cathedral no enu ntina Ekufuado suro no because questions na be ko Ekufuado ho Ebeko Jubilee House because sikani nyina eba ne ho oni Bawumia ene edien omo ankasa omo Jubilee House ene nti de Ekufuado so Mahama so be investigations first 4 months national cathedral $58 million ebehwehwem. John Dramani Mahama say adebia your friend COVID-19 expenditure scandal COVID-19 ye nyina etia NPP4 omo chairman bi kwatu mbeka so no nya 100,000 Maslok for nipi also ya chair me 100,000 kojo ponkroma offer 150,000 ye nipa be bromu wie sika o se oba COVID-19 ye be hwehwem ye be be investigations sika no be be fa ye bia na o se ye hu be be sika no koye it John Mahama national cathedral be hwehwem first 120 days so on cho first 3 months ye hwehwem or say COVID-19 obehwem national cathedral obehwem or say Sibia banks ye gu na ye spending 25 billion Ghana or so obehwem e within 3 months or so ye say djuma no aban sesan ya ye trase ye dwudwam ye frefre ye investigations ye tutu ye bobon ye tutu ne pa no we and your friends opeso ochechire man we ni abre now or say PDS sa PDS le bia won kai we a ye che Gabi oni bedi etuo Gabi oni eye Bamti ene eye abrantie baako omo discuss che Ghana sika PDS no John Mahama so oba obehwehwe PDS nim John Mahama say oba PDS Gabi o kire da ko titiru ni role o play PDS scandal Bamti PDS scandal aye ejapa mesa PDS scandal ayensu or see PDS ni biem. Omo amofa Ghana sika DMA America for no eka se omo person be boa Ghana ama ye nyinum nkane gyina na so no or see PDS scandal oba the first 120 days 90 days na ewo mu no or be gyina so ye be investigations. Na on pe we opede yin ye pese ye boa Ghana ye pese ye boa Ghana enie John Mahama South say Ejapa Japan kwan Gabi Ochidako ji $2 million say or a consultant. Gabi so ba Ejapa the first 120 Bahama say oba Ejapa the first 120 days e be investigations into Ejapa ni nuane Ejapa de intime nsuro sankofo we na omwa inti Mahama ba o se Ejapa ye be investigations Gabi Ochidako $2 million etuama no say oye de legal consultant no ombe chirem Ekufuadu mechirem omo a eye Ejapa mesa eye Bawumia not PDS board so munima eye management na Bawumia na head ana munim PDS no Bawumia unim sika onya awum omo a no mo ye involved in PDS no ye be investigations in the first 4 months of Mahama and it na MPP from person be free power no Nana do danko Ekufuadu be ko jail. I'm telling you. Or see, Omobese be investigations into SML. Mokai. Aha. I didn't see a port one I Ekufuadu ebra brasono or see obe be investigations because Sika omuria through that SML deal na Nana do danko Ekufuadu say penny MM prosecuting kofono. Sa forensic audit na eye PMG4 said the end no or see obeji a publish ma Ghana for nyine hu. The omu yi free mu nyina no investigations ebekoso. John Mahama say oba in the first 120 days, the first 90 days, in the year, Sanyoma when investigations will be opened. John Mahama said, ambulance spare parts deal, Jankroma, ambulance spare parts dear ban and sing. You be through bia, we are making one. I say, Mahama say, we need power now. The first 3 months, first 4 months, 120 days, no. Emu 90 days, dear, no. Eye omwa and say ambulance deal Ekufuadu ba Jankroma any omama kano obi ebe se obi lie na nim de wom ni nyina beba TV so ye be hwede fenchem obi a mechirem sa $34 million na ye tamma Jankroma no obi a oka ho bia beba abedwudwam Mama refi gold mafia ho mo document me no bebro eye the 13th African Games yet to chrome ha Emma Bedi to yere at the 15 days and you $15 million. Mahama say the African Games na ending and say na you to me the 15 days and you $15 million no you be investigations. San confirm no so mutu sika FIGBC mu e command confobi $3.6 million. Mahama say the first 120 days omu be investigations. Into sports minister no now banche eche obon hu tuo eche onum didi tibu brebi a obebre no so we Jimmy accreditation keke $5 million playback nkwa $4 million dan kweku ye bo mo ne sa akronfo no mo kan no nyina Mahama so ba and the munya campaign tia no mumbubu be na mon kakasa kwa na mon fanya Jimmy ntina Peace FM na mon shada ndidi na tem se bre na Mahama nya power sa 13th African Games we a full forensic the audit will be opened. You better be a kobo be a fire. And say me say, Dan Kuku ya boy, and you fins or train catch Ghana for say you don't hold the African Cup of Nations, African Games to make money or train. Now, Sikane the host the African Cup of Nations. Oh my misika. Sikane the host the African African 13th African Games. No, and you na Sika Jimmy. You hosting your Sika. You host here then. You host you be saying. But you mudi Jimmy titi radio so. Motwa chum ena krono na muti Ghana di radio bo ye be forensic auditor na obeka kire Ghana for say ye host all African Games NG mfaso otwe now Mahama say adia your friend Sky Train yete ha Mr S Mr P ena Jogati wanum wi ya na no ese pompo Jogati o se okọ China ko sign a contract and our committee, Ghana committee $2 million to a Sky Train. Ebe sin de deche. Sa Sky Train assembly. Me no kase si ya no. Akaka no mawie. Kwasi ampanyi we and his suit. I see to no form. Wakotena wuntumi okuma se ka kire mo say Sky Train. Bawumia de nam so na Ekufuado nam fom. Mahama say oba some sky train na mudi $2 million no. Mo ba be yi ano kwasiafo. Mo te wona mo twa santefo tro. Hwe be manim asa mokua. Wakotena amokua meka mokua kwa asa maka mfante. Hwe ne nim sa amokua ba. Akotena wontumi radio so ka kira santefo ne asante hene. Say omo MPP4 ye train e de afa wiem firi nkran abakumase kotoba opro mo na motia santime mu didi nkwasi asema santime mu aye fin ampuntuo bi amba asante we nka mo china no mobunukom otwe deche wo sky train no 8 years ya to block me say Mahama say oba what is going to do is be investigations into a sky train $2 million a jogate say wakotua to ho ye fa me sky train e be sin there ye hu sky train no in the sky train Mahama say the first 120 days oba be investigations and no ntina people so and this power do sa ade na mo ye nyina body patuo no omu siro say John Mahama be power and see ye John Mahama say Paul Pugudam Mahamudu Bawumia and the head Paul Pugudam say we constructed $12 million on say Bawumia on ka Paul Pugudam ho asem on ne alolo and in the office Mahamudu Bawumia $12 million efa ne office wo sa sika no mo di dam na o mo nyeye John Mahama so ba Mahamudu Bawumia ebe ma answer o see say nyame boare na obeye president December 7 January 2025 political Bobrisky Bawumia and in the group no they will have to answer to the Paul Pugudam because so far about $12 million has been spent. Where is the dam? We have no dam. So Ghana for say this is the beginning of the end. Now uko enima or say muka imrebi bluegrass tamana napo education minister boy bi kwasi ampenyi bi beji Ghana for sika thousands of dollars almost over $1 million sa contract no maset contract muka yes free company bi bluegrass napo and a man who contract and oji sika ni die John Mahama so be president the first 120 days so be investigations baby asa bluegrass sika no koye no napo ohwene se tingalingaling obema napo abeyi ano o say your money to me nyame boa na ye de to me shall nsa 7th January 2025 the first 120 days den anim no sa bluegrass master contract napo edema abrante bi o fa chire kwaji sika no o say obebie forensic audit sa napo na ne hwene setingalingalin no obeba abeyi ano baby asa bluegrass sika no master ama every single thing about that contract ama akoya ne hwene se bomb ne na Ghana kekan kwase sembe di kwame nkroma atem napo aye ne hwene se Egyptian horse nase ene na Ghana didi kwame nkroma atem John Mahama se owini power obeden obebie forensic audit into that bluegrass contract no napo e wose frɛ no wo TV so no obekirem bebi asika no efaye because ye hu asset bia yeti krom ha me say ebeyire se benta John Mahama say galamsey fraud child bisi ne yere eko ewusi chema untumi akonta mine ene gabi ochireda ko enya kura no betima for Professor Frimpong Boating ne report no and so for chema Professor Frimpong Boating ko reporter nipo be ko jebe 30 John Mahama say galamsey fraud child bisi omo be jiria Ghana sika area excavators area bibia ne ye be forensic audit omo be chire bibia every excavator went Kusi Boating oye galamsey chen obi on Bawumia sankofo mi no omo galamsey chen obi o Ghana sa excavator so na about 70% o Kusi Boating o de galamsey o Ghana to diamond to gold mo de amugin say enim bebia nyina wo ba Mahama say oba the first 120 days sa galamsey scandal sa galamsey fraud no obe be forensic audit akontama ne chema wuntumi eda wasawa okunipa essence asibu nnua ye bebie chema wuntumi ekwa asankregwa without documentations bowura asasimu ebubu nnua kwasi ampeyi na ne nan hwe left na adwe hwe left ne bema so hwe left no kwasi atona oni oba eda na otetase ofui no chema wuntumi ne kwasi afo no obia ba beyi na asema no etikrom ha wuntumi otetase ofui wo bese obetena nipem etia. Now, John Mahama say, Oba, Adeɛ bi a friend missing excavators and tricycles. Mokai Sada tricycles no. Sada na mo beto tricycles over 600 na ni nyina ayira no. Ebe be forensic audit. Excavators na ayira no. John Mahama said the first 120 days ebe be investigations. John Mahama said bust yeti krom ha. And a bust eye oil 600,000 liters ni nyina ayira. Yeti krom ha. John Mahama said baby a oil no tu koye no. Yebema oil na saba. Bust near to Krumha. About 600,000 liters of petrol, diesel. You see, a real bar manana ni aira. Your Mahama saw bar in the first 120 days. Obe be their investigations. Sputnik V, COVID-19. Health Minister who born George said your ton 55. Ewo Burkina no. SARS. Health Minister no better na TV so can say yes. Makofa a drug abremo. Makoji Cedi. Or say Sputnik V. Sa a drona Health Minister Ajima Menu. Ya Arabia one who also be investigation. Sa Sikano. I was say a chile baby a Sikano koye. He. Asemebo. John Mahama say any others. Yaka say an others. And then I say et say Shatawale be performing. Ni yaka say an other artist. And ye be et say Shatawale. Abegina stage ne ya poster ma Shatawale ne atro asieno and others and many others na so mama come be 1,000 because Shatawale on a campaign no umpe on tiasie wale and this Shatawale ebe show na on a headline show no na asieno because obi anya important inti atro and many others. John Mahama say and many others, that means many others no ebi ho mpeso beka na ehon ne be hu say sebio eye dondo be for tigare anasa tigare bom ne be for dondo yeti krom ha adikudiente also Otoma Mahama the 120 days the also obeye no mienko enim ye dwudwam wadwa kwa. John Mahama said institute a government policy banning political appointees from purchasing state assets. Yeti ha ena Bryan Acheampong omoton eye den assassinate for hotels mom enya okuja to ablakwa any endis for money edian kan kwasiafo we ton snate hotels ni nyina fae yete ha ena Sir John bibi obi anyankopon kuno ena Sir John asase a yede bo oman ho ban kwasiampanyi otonton man ho ene ne party for led by de Rebecca Kufuado enkranfo asase omoje ye etonton echichema omo ho John Dramani Mahama so ba ode mrabeto kinkim aban mu nipa any aban mu nipa ebusuafo bi eniwa so to eye oman asase finished. Opesa oku corruption, this is how you started. Last okasa manifesto na so say ono ene ne ma in a macrama will not have the right to buy Ghana ejapade anaya sase or say oba omo de emra policy beto ho wo ye aban mu nipa wo yire wo macrama do not have the right to buy government land. Me say the ABC Ghana hano, this is the beginning of the biggest change I will be da. The first 120 days obe making sure say abeye mra as ye chiwa ubeko jail. You have to hold JM to his words. Now me say a very good statement. Me bese me busa one question o. E dey na John Mahama account the political life ma wanye. Catch me. And I just say MP before and John Mahama in his political life and we chat rank and come mother. Assembly Makatu Mahama Subian a misinformation. And I was yes, you John Mahama say, and the Ethiopia, me say that Ben will be said John Mahama Shagana for bo, wine this so. E bin sida. Kwasiafo in Komu Obi and Comedy Aba, John Mahama never in his political career say was Shagana for bo, wine this so. Take John Mahama's word or say obey. And he a track record and a yedi until you prove to me say John Mahama Shagana for bo na wa ndi samra so and you say John Mahama kan okre Bawumia shamubo one district one factory one constituency 1 million one day and day one ni nyina be so anya ba akumpo. John Mahama, nobody in Ghana's political history can come out and say John Mahama it can be bichire Ghana for one year e bi ni ho kan kwasiafo in common kan they be in chat so and John Mahama got a dying and John omuntumi nka say John Mahama ya trofo John Mahama untumi njinindi say John Mahama untumi kancham say untumi njinindi untumi show me bibi a say I cannot trust him, then I'll trust him. Prove to me that I cannot trust him, but I can prove to you Bawumia you cannot be trusted because as some Bawumia kibia ambim and the Bawumia take blame for the nonsense now or say he's not going to do it. Bawumia Asia president okay Cape Coast Airport as someone you can one pay attention on Cape Coast for one team. Bawumia Cape Coast as an say at the end of his statement, or so the airport is going to be between Cape Coast and Takoradi. That means the airport is going to Cape Coast though. Oboko between Cape Coast and Takoradi. But I thought they said there's an airport in Takoradi. We will Jimmy. We will Jimmy. We will find the tape and play to you. Andra. Now me share the sound and say we kusie. We listen to details oh. Yani yetie Bawumia, we just don't listen to him oh. If fine, you so kind of crap. But we people like us, we listen to details. Say oko back ko share beating the presser. Mahmoud Bawumia say Cape Coast Airport no afed you be between Cape Coast and Takoradi. That means the airport is not even coming to Cape Coast. Now between Cape Coast and Takoradi, there na wo. Bawumia nimi nyansa o. Me say I'll pull the video and show you. Na me tie na me bom team na me say me krom fantofo. Mama san kwasiafo we dada mu biem dia. That is the end of you. Osi is going to build the airport between Takoradi and Cape Coast. But before that, Osi, the people of Cape Coast, I have good news. We are going to build an airport in Cape Coast. Endra, Kwasiampenyi Oshia, journalists for no. Osi, the airport is going to be between Cape Coast and Takoradi. Where is the airport going to be? Only any intentions so about Boamon Fantefo. My team will pull that video or Chiname Bachro. Mamin come and hey, there's one day. Or say allocate seed money for the establishment of the Women's Development Bank. John Mahama Women's Bank, and Abedu. And John Mahama catch Ghana for. And the Ghana for a good for a marty through. You see, I know sometimes we sound say, Edna Mahama to me Jenny Bahosa, it is because our bow Nimyansa are or kind of hosa running mate. And also or yeria Unimyansa. So in my priority, John Mahama priority because Professor Nano Pukwajima wa fam onim sene Ghana for my bre. And inside the Biawi vice president for vice president onim nyansa. Men fa kwasia na hwene se dan a obetina ni pema na order. Sa na ye no. This idea, because his running mate is a woman, that woman is thinking about women because she has been through that before. Into for running mate for the onim nyansa, men fa kwasia. Okofa kwasia obwa gudi kwa menkroma atem okofa kwasia obegina dipem de obeka bia kire opacho ofa nyansani a odwene Ghana for anything you see Women's Bank. Now Women's Bank na ne John Mahama said the first 120 days they will make sure say are buying it to me atisika e de ate ade your friend Women's Bank. Now mameka be bin chro Mr. S, today I need to break this down for Ghanaians to know dear pesa ye kapa. Now she video be. Mr. I'm on number 7. Remind me. Munche video we. Oh, sorry. Munche video we. But John Mahama said the first 120 days, Women's Bank no, obe make sure say ye the sika at Women's Banker. Mbabe koho akonye sika de sebi ehunsi honi eye very low. Say utie Bawumia or say or the BB by a friend no. Women's Trade Empowerment Fund. Be very observant. John Mahama said, or the BBFN Women's Bank. Now, I'll be making sure that the government will put up a women's bank. That means the difference between the Mahama so pesoye and the Bawumia pesoya. Bawumia de okan or se mo hiesika mo yema into be a fund. Now, the question is, where are you going to get the money to open a fund that would sika be gum Atigya Mahama? Bawumia sane de no your friend Women's Trade Empowerment Fund. And they take a time every day on manifesto no, they did not give any details. But so what is your be a funder? A sika sebio yatam ediesiwa yeche yengwene se sa sika no ede infraso beba. John Mahama say your friend be Women's Banker. Obeshe the Bank of Ghana to open a bank. Now remember, when the Bank of Ghana be a Women's Banker, it's a business in the name of Ghana, right? Now, as a Bank of Ghana be a Women's Banker, say in Siwunu cry 1%, in Faswabia Bank ni benyana, it goes back to a Bank of Ghana, which belongs to you and I. It John Mahama is not going to go lift money from somewhere and come dash. The Bawumia kano a Maslock 2.0. A Maslock and a Bawumia a change dino ayan de Women's Trade Empowerment Fund. A fund does not bring interest, but a bank when you establish a bank, even if a Manico Women's Bank, that's the Omunya 1%, the bank recharge 1% interest to cry. That 1% interest can be put into something beneficial to the country. Into Bawumia idea and they say, oh, baby, a fund. The fund, you know, where are you going to get the money? Because your country is already down. You need to be able to make sure say every single money obe ye free aban sikemuno e was say edem faso ba. Now we know what say economy no. O sa ka kire man say o betiche sika for free. You need to be proactive. You need to make sure say obe every day no o de adwe ebekwa koji kube. John Mahama pese or the adwe ekoji kube. Inti man betua little to access loans from the bank. Interest in what form? At the end of the day, no, they will pay the interest and then it will come to the bank. It will come to the Bank of Ghana as a government interest. About Ghana. Inti between these two, no, John Bawumia any idea about what he's talking because he is trying to copy what John Mahama has said. The John Mahama ni NDC akano and no. And the only way at this point in our financial status, no, that is the only way we can empower women. We can help women without going broke as a nation because we are already broke. We don't want to deplete Ghana your resources. No, baby, I couldn't no cry. Into John Mahama say he is going to instruct the Bank of Ghana to at least put together a women's bank. The women's bank does not belong to him. It does not belong to me. It belongs to the Bank of Ghana, which means it belongs to Ghana. Inti soba kwaji loan 20,000 na interest near 1%. Sa interest no eba Ghana for ho ebe sa me abenya mfaso na we be a fund no e also ko Ghana for sikem ko sika betum na ocheche sika no why na nsam betu anhyem. That means you are going to increase taxes. Inti John Mahama asamoka and Bawumia de okano. Bawumia is basically trying to copy John Mahama but onim that deep thinking strategy no. Into what Bawumia is doing in United States, he is still going to impose more taxes because you are giving it out for free with Jimmy. Into the women empowerment bank about a empowerment fund, dangerous. John Mahama said Bank of Ghana and a better bank. Bank of Ghana to banker Biano, it comes back to Ghana. And he said, Embano Krako na Enfaswano 1%. Enfaswano will come back to Eden, the government of Ghana, to the Bank of Ghana. You bet me the Sasikano, also be at the forefront of the Abuama. And no any other chichere mine. What be this kind of you also be a fund. Now, sa fund na ubi no mobeto esla mobete all the fund mo contingency fund. Sika John Mahama teto ho. Say your dachi enkwara no omo chiro mo a ye de bebo contingency fund ne esla mo be disike wo mu nyina wo do kwase esa ka say wo be another fund now go for sika way Bawumia oni message wo ade bia John Mahama ka no na we change words no but he cannot implement it or he cannot break it down well because enya onu ankasa na adwene eye a MPP omo manifesto na e hollow he me decide say me spend 10 minutes when this MPP manifesto me guno. NPP manifesto, nya manifesto. Some group of tribal bigots, omankasa intentions, any omo opinions. There's nothing in that thing able to develop Ghana one day. I'm telling you. Now, John Mahama said, launch the following priorities job creation programs in the first budget. Or say, Obey president and the first budget. So this is what they are going to do. Ejuma Ura program, National Apprenticeship program, and 1 million coders program. We didn't catch them. Or say the first budget, no be making sure say Ejuma Ura, idea for the Ejuma Ura program, a womb, and a National Apprenticeship program, a womb, and a 1 million coder program, the womb. Yes, I bet you inquire 1 million how to be to learn coding. And things like software applications and the hardware. John Mahama said, "By the bar, that is one thing. Done a newspaper say, inquire 1 million. They will be trained in coding. We didn't catch them. Sir, apprenticeship program we and then John Mahama mo de buy any friend. Yes, Mokai. Yes, youth entrepreneurship service was the NPP for buy number changing any NAP and the John Kuma Betuano and DC Kanina. John Mahama said that apprenticeship program is very important. I was here to me making sure say our young graduates we are able to put them to work. We are able to at the end of the day sustain them a little bit for them to also work with other companies. They will be able to engaged into that is the idea NDC 4% omoye so omoba. This is all going to be within 120 days. John Mahama de mbrabe tare ni nyina to na abegina ne naso. Now, Over number 8. Yeah, you getting in him. Team, are we good? Yeah, we are sticking to that. Yes, we will stick to that. We are not going to give anybody room. We're killing it. Now, Oba, I'll say commence the review of the Customs Amendment Act 2020 to scrap the law banning the importation of salvage vehicles to reduce the local automotive industry at Swami Magazine, Kokompe, Abosokan, among others. Or C, the Custom Act 2020 to scrap the law banning the importation of salvage vehicles to rescue. Let me take it again. Or say commence the review of the Customs Amendment Act 2020 to scrap the law banning the importation of salvage vehicles to rescue the local automotive industry at Swami Magazine, Kokompe, Abosokan, among others. Or say MPP for the Mrebia Ba say Sebio Ka Yusuni Kakrawa Bruchi no ntumi famba Ghana. Or say Sam Rana almost certain in 2020 sa act no. Or say Oba your friend be amendment or friend be review. You can say amendment emra ho opese emra no o sakre mu kakra na emra no sebio ensakraye no ebetumi aboa nyoma bia na atochima no ejina ne na so enti o se sa emra MPP dia ba say salvage car ana car bia sebio ye yusu na brochire kakra ye ntumi fa ba Ghana no sa cars ye de ba nipa dodo omunye adwuma ye pa no eye sebi omamo kokompe omamo swame omamo e de Abosokan sankofo no those are the cars enye teacher say omde car no besi kwan so say eko na ebiom emu part no omutumi use bi e de ye de other things o see we hu say sa emra na MPP de bae no say omo maka ye use ni kakra wa brochi no emma Ghana no ama kokompe ni Abosokan for no even normal part kware ho edin o so ba opese 120 days no ohwe. Now the person say opese o review na sebio sa review no be no ebetumi ama Abosokan for kokompe for ene swame for no sebio ka na mo fafra brochi no ebetumi aba sebio obi ka se obe review obe amende a ebi obi say oh ka ye use na brochire asay de ache de ade na ode ba Ghana eni cha Atigya Mahama say obe review obe amende obe hwe ebi a obe limit years dodo aka no ye use na brochire no ansa na etumi de aba ni nyina ka amendment no ebi a omo say car ye use over 20 years etumi ma Atigya Mahama betumi amende aka say da bi untumi emban ni totally. You can limit ebi a the years that it has been used in abroad say na be ya car no be ba no na condition papam kakra, so you cannot use a blanket to say because wo feel say and this car be abano, you are killing the automotive the industry in Ghana because majority of omo swame omo kokompe omo Abosokan no these cars no majority of the time omo use they need the parts na omo de nyoma kakra into what you have to do is say car no opese omane ba ebia ompese 20 years de ebeba ebia ompese 15 years de ebeba into ebia obetuma teswa ba say ebia car bia salvage car anaya car use na brochi no ebia eni say edi more than 7 years no at least omo kokompe swame no they will be able to get access to these used cars and then they can also work because nana do dan kweku fuado ne Bawumia ban no omo adwiri nyina ne say e wo say Ghana ni bia use car mo no ye ni that economic strength. People don't have that money to be buying new cars and inti am sorry am say oh omo bie assemblage car assembling plant so wo bie Toyota for car assemblage a fresh car Ghana for do celebrate to fresh car but there are about 60% of Ghanaians they can buy a car that has been used it's in even better conditions than cars be ordered. So you need to look at the issue, the law well. Now one Monday Atigya Mahama said no emrani ye barre dodo e tare dodo opese ogum se ne be ya kokompe ne so amene Abosokan for no ye betumi de cars ni bi aba se ye mpe 20 years dia ye betumi ateso aye some years ye hu se sa cars beba within those years no they are fit for purpose and no na Atigya Mahama so ba the first 20 days obehwe sa amra no because odwene so amefo ho odwene kokompe for ho odwene Abosokan for ho opese omonso no enya adwuma ye the first 120 to was wamia o Abosokan a wodwuma no we simple kotoaba na yemfa cars mra na fa ye adwuma na nyiska eno ano no we ebebu bi enim edidi atem bi enim we mi free ha nim eye wadwuma na obi so obeso obi emu ma wo ose to abama no oba embra na ekufu ado ahya ema ende cars wa brochire ye use no ma no ose obehwa embra nim asakrem ama ya gum se ne be ya cars no betuma abam wenye sika ekire wagimi ena obekon tokwa we ko ne kotoma John Mahama said he will lay before Parliament a new bill to streamline government scholarship administration, prohibit political appointees from assessing government scholarships, and eliminate political patronage, cronyism, nepotism, and corruption in awarding government scholarships. Or say, as simple. John Mahama saw in the first 120 days. You're being say, Abamu nipe bie ni Ghana was a man scholarship. Asamasa. Say, oh yeah, abain nipa. Oye aban ejuma, oye politician. So oye aban munipa sebio, oye politician o aban mua. Nobody is supposed to get scholarship. It is for the brilliant but needy. Or say a yafwa sebio omubo muhumodin wa disium and was a mom scholarship. Or so by in the first 120 days. Obe making sure the Sambrani are passing of Parliament. No politician want a bemo with a bemo over the right to access scholarship. Or see obechum. Umpewe now pe mumuni amutium. Umpewe now pe mumuni abetium. When John Mahama by an interlocutor said the first 2 weeks, or best set up the cabinet, the ministers in 60% in 60 ministers, they'll go through Parliament. You'll be very obnoxious to Juma. A Juma ho. A Juma wa John Mahama beye. And interlocutor said the first 2 weeks, the cabinet will be ready. The first 2 weeks, the system ministers will be ready. Everybody will be at work. We need to start working. A Juma ho. Inti or say ye be biantem. I feel what John Mahama siba. Sani yeno. Omo pomunko jimi omo ho John Mahama beba abetenetene nyoma o say amomienko enim scholarship ne yewie scholarship de no o say ban illegal and new mining activities in forest reserves, roll out our Tree for Life and Blue Water initiative to heal and sustainably harness the environment by turning areas and water bodies degraded by illegal mining into economic and ecological recovery hubs. As simple as that. We have a long way to go when it comes to recovering our lands. MPP Aban Webaso Omaya galamse wa Ghana nyina Bawumia yebi Opon Kroma yebi Gabi yebi Charles Bisu yebi Kojo Opon Kroma Lord Komi Chese obiya ye galamse wa MPP abawemu. Every single person. Ye ni mukrano, the sector minister, the former sector minister from Boadu edit document by say Gabi Ochida kwa ye kufuado ebusu ni omu nyina ye galamse no kweku baku. John Mahama so ba I was say you're making sure say you're banning anything called illegal mining. And the strategy is last say we need to recover our land. We need to at the end of the day afforestation, serious afforestation. I will say a GM phone back. I will say a sa etiyen sunini. I will say community no I will say a sa adieno. But obiani wobetuma ye juma abra or the efupain edge dien in edge insuo say ni beti. Into community bia galam say no MPP for ye said no ye be fa community for na ankwara imbebunu na ya ma omwe dwuma de omo be say omo be dua nnua e be permanent job omo dua nnua no no mo hwe nnua no ebi mo so e be make sure say insuo na ase no omo be bo ho ban na omo ebo nsuo no ho ban no omo hwe nsuo no into out of recovering our forest and water bodies and making it clean. John Mahama said through that we are going to create jobs. There's nothing like community mining. And no, Sadia no, there is small screen and nobody saying John Mahama said if you want to create jobs for the youth, it should be in a positive way. In Krona Galamse Akosono, what he's going to do is say or ni ahemfo na mo ho no ebe recruit in mabawa ene mbebunu na mo ho no na sebio nnua na o se edua esa de ge ensase no sam branch na mo te sa krom ho no ene be dua nnua no asa hwe nnua no ye be form adwuma into their job is to grow and monitor the forest to make sure say ya recover forest no omo wi a ye create adwuma ma no no they are protecting insuo no. That is the first step. It was in the first 120 days no. John Mahama will not lie to you. They are giving you practical solutions to problems that these fools could not practically think about. Intende, who will be to say Boase, who will be to say Wasa, Chairman won't me say or say Oba, Sanko for the Obetata, obey your meaning free ruining. Now, or you are free movia, more chromono, I will say you create a Juma Mamo, and through creating of the job, no, I will say Mutumide Jim on Sassano. Inti Mbebru 20, 200, 400 and what a krobi moi. I will say mam stipends, ya Bronikas Bibi says stipends, sir. Sebio, dear Oye Ahihama Diano. On Ronen Sanokwa, and now on Tafren and Sanokwa. I will say a Jumana Beno, your mouth bibia, Sebio, also would better in Suanum, would better Dianedi, send a bang air to Tunyama, into Yabema Musika, Mudabom who bank a crack, Mudabeto 1 to be a Bema a Jumano, Mutimi, Edian, are protecting Niano. This is an initiative. A bet me a create about 700,000 jobs around the nation. This is what we are practical. We know a practical. It should be way practical. And yes, we are just a NABCO. And NABCO finisher, we will put them in the public sector. Your public sector can only take 700,000 people. Into adding now 400,000 people, so it is not real. The realistic part of it, you don't understand. But this is real. Because community BIA Galamsey and Suaseno, and they can be given a job. Intende, say Galamsey or Wasaswa, or your Hiniatia, say, John Mahama ba, Abane Bejin Sasseno, na Abana Mambebune Juma Moma Bon Sasseno buying, Edrian, Egunia so, and make sure say, Ubia and your Jumaye, the same time no, Omu protecting Sueni and Sassy. Way a practical, you can do it. You can actually make private investors take care of this. Your private investors, your NGOs or more brucia, these are things they want to be part of. The government can coordinate, can collaborate with big NGOs who want to save our water bodies and the environment. They will bring money, they will be paying the stipends to these young people. So the government wouldn't have to even do more. The government will just partner NGOs who are interested in saving the climate and saving the water bodies. The NGOs will be paying stipends to these young people. So indirectly, the NGOs will employ these youth in the community. This is how it works. In John Mahama, they are practical. They know what they are doing. They are fighting galamsey. They are creating employment. Now, or say, launch the Black Star Experience Initiative as Ghana's flagship culture, arts and tourism brand to transform Ghana into a preferred tourist destination. As simple. Now, Oshe Omo art and culture moa Omudi eye John Mahama campaign ni China. Omo nyina ye nipa omadwunumu do. Dankumu, Oshe Rex Omar, Oshe nipa omunimu nyansa, they understand the tourism industry. Ghana National Theatre one is here, NDC one is here. Everything that is got to do with art and culture, sustaining our tourism, no NDC MPP better Ghana so nkwasi adio. Senka MPP party omnim nyansa kwa anka say culture center Kumasi anka say one of the best in West Africa. Santifo himfo ato aba ma MPP from 1996 ebesi ne culture center udu as to dame. Nansiamu ket okreku edi Jimmy ko gina santimemu ka kire so obesi amphitheater yesi omu mua santifo omu hu asantifo se sebio asantifo Jimmy MPP the sand omu hu asantifo me say yes get me the amphitheater sa amphitheater bi on be gina Kumasi be concert say omu bebie theater bi half theater and obi abetuma culture center ebesi nde amphitheater me metuma si ebesi a whole government has not been able to build an amphitheater. An amphitheater does not take over 50 people. They could not build it. NPP4 ejina santimemwa dada santifo twomontro ade bibia to omutirimu se NPP no eyebofro nkwan udi a wonumbe bon inti da bia no yendi NPP ni nya bibia ma asante se enya kura no culture center mo nduma nya ne ye. John Mahama said oba the first 120 days best setting up what we call the Black Star Experience. Rexoma and no see so Kafu Dankumuni they know what they are doing. With John Mahama time from 2012, ABC 2016, that was the time a year Kumewood, a year Ghana movie industry Gina ni Nanso. And so Kwasia 40B, Yvonne Nelson mo, Kojo in cancer, San Kwasia Ejako, no thing. Or repu small girls was set so because they are foolish and tribal no, they decided to go take money from MPP no must say industry and first day near Ghana movie or yenye or chain Ghana movie in Patene nipa obi and a sustaining Ghana movie ban bi na adwene etoto nyama on send the monkwasiafo actors no dodo na omoye kumewu no and omo nyina gyina social media skate $20 $30 $2 on because mumu bi na mo word industry no asante semni akansam nti mo say industry no kumewu na pick it up kumewood na ejina na so eja ko kwasiampanyi we ya enye John Mahama mu initiative atamel John Mahama mu initiative a ma Ghana movie industry be jina na so a anka kwasiampanyi se eja ko nkoda won nam nkurase enonom jot ka chenko for say omoma na wan city mehwe se ojimi sa adwen through John Mahama mu initiative through National Theatre the NDC for year ya ma san kwasiafo we exposure they tend around to destroy the industry but John Mahama say kwasia binti yentumi ma tourism embo Ghana inti John Mahama and NDC for some bar they are going to open up adebi the industry the tourism industry from hotel to creative art to bibia and the Ghana yeka creative art border jankroma teso jankroma and the creative art board so ket okreku dia na market okreku be famous dia adiom friends mentor obi be gina so why ade what makes Ketokreku intelligent? The guy cannot even express himself. He's so foolish. Now you tam a whole creative art industry. You see Ketokreku nkwa den Ketokreku na nkwadi anim ye nwa ye baboons. And the movie industry, the tourism industry, it has died. This is what we saw in Kwasiafo Ekachere say Omaba Kumasi Ketokreku cut sword for first amphitheater in Kumasi. Ni antikruma theater no way. Omumwa santefo every say Kwasiampanyi se chema wuntu an hu fia oteta se ofui. Kwasiampanyi ne ono otumi won the ba ewo wodurom de kwaji gold sika. Kwasiampanyi and the bear marshal left, ne nine left. Na adwene da ne tirim hwe left kwasiampanyi a ahemfu bi asoso no soma na tu galamsi ase asante asase kwasiampanyi we ti asante memu ekeka kwasiasem manipa soso ne so enti ene wa ha kwasiampanyi we a jimi we ene nam Ghana ma politics nti Ketokreku mante okojina Kumase eko dada asantefo nyina including otumfo enhance antefo Kevin Taylor na edibimo problem Ketokreku sebio wabeja ne nan wa asantememu eja ho abetena nkran Ketokreku ba asantememu ebeja ne nan ewo eden eye art center oja ne nan gu ho no koye obi antumi nkasa na ye chichiri kuro ni sen. These are the things we talk about. Se party muwa ye be kachro Makokreku. Thank you, Mr. S. Thank you, team. Makokreku, Jimmy way, Makokreku. Ontumimpo express no. Ketokreku ye GFA boss. Sorry, Ket. Makokreku mante. The most dumbest fool in Ghana. Say, akwa we no ye men 20. Ombeshe Ghana tourism so. Makokreku mante. Jimmy way. On say for 8 years, what have you people gained? Socrates Safo, Niti Sapoma. Socrates Safo, Jimmy. Omo using and I say not the TV so and MPP was Jimmy. Found fee cotton baby, you know. Papa Peggy Toto Betina radio Sunni TV so. Can Ukraine faji industry no? Why when him some moto? I bet like a camquasiasem. Emma for 8 years, we had a lot of talent, a lot of people in the industry. Yet Yama Nina say Emma who think Cambodian ke boat Trimutuo Abegina TV so and MPP omo bad pa kwasia 2016 na odin kwasia fo we chebedru ha mona must say a industry no John Mahama say oba they are going to revive it. People like Rexomamo, they are intelligent too. They have been in this on this street for a long time. Kafudan Kumunyada, they have been on the street for a long time. They understand the street, they understand the technicalities, and they understand the book part of it. They know how to sell a country, how to sell tourism. They know how to make it viable. They know how to make it profitable. They know how to extend it to the point where the world gets to know that industry. Makofa in Nyanwe, Makokreku, Socrates Safo, Jankroma, it's animals. How can we get anywhere? Now, Mammy Jabby Wincham, Wija, now Muja, I say from home. udwa kura na me charge na wo dwa ye we John Mahama said commence investigation process to purge state security agencies of all militia and vigilante elements. John Mahama said the first 120 days the obey say be investigations into air police, military, air immigration, customs, and the MPP Ekufuado ba power. Omaswa akromfo abegu air police service mu. Omaswa ewifo abefra Ghana military. Omaswa criminals abegu immigration. All the security agencies and the impeniform da no omunim se MPP air pompe akromfo gum omutumi nyahwe. John Mahama said the first 120 days, security agencies will be investigations to check the credibility of the people in the security agencies. This is what we need. Because near Tikromha, and Bryan Acheampong, SSA, akromfo criminals, egu kamu, eko ayawaso West Wagon. Some are national security. Yatia, and almost criminals, eshomu uniform, some are military, ko Boadu. John Mahama said, Unya the opportunity. Ottomana first 120 days, first 4 months. I was set security service in no. I was set your cum na akromfo ni ewifo mu womu ni nyina no yetumi yi omu frim. Na Ghana police service, Ghana military, ebeye criminal free. Ebeye criminals free. I was say yetumi nya decency bi wom. The reason why Ekufuado entumi nka eye techiman shooting no asem ne say Bawumia mu nyina nim. Sanko from ko Boadu no. Omo ye police fo a sebio omo kofa ankofo bi befra police mu mo police atade e Boadu no. It's right now when you open investigations, the question is sankofo no mo share uniform when e ma omo command. The commander will have to come and tell us who those guys were. Now because they brought the criminals and put them in military uniform and police uniform, murderers omo use omo eku nipa no. Now they are scared to open investigations. Because when you open investigations, I will ask who was the commander in charge of this group. The commander will have to come out. We will tell you the commander to give us the list of the people you actually sent to Techiman South or Kofanway, because the people who killed were not policemen, they were not military. Bryan Acheampong share criminals and Tadie do mu and omu Boadu omu uniform guo and omu kofra MPP national security. And Nintina Dampare and the Ghana police and the Ekufuado mono, they cannot open investigations into the killings. Because the moment you open investigations, I'll call me to one security background to cry. I will say that's fine. Now, who is the IGP? IGP will come. You have records of every policeman or military who was deployed during the elections, right? Yes. Who was the commander at Techiman? Also, Commander Amwako, come. Who were your men you deployed to Techiman South? Asamasa. You cannot tell me as the commander, say you don't know any of the men you deployed. And Nitina Bawumia Ekufuado, they don't want to leave power. And Nitina Bawumia does not want to speak on it because Bryan Acheampong, sa boys no do koku nipa ewo ayawaso west no. The same boys no show me uniform ko Boadu no. Now you understand. Enti Bawumia to me can one na. They know say sanko from Boadu no show military uniform, police uniform, no munye police for, munye soldier for, munye vigilante boys no mo uniform. Samia hukumu na de ma share. MPP vigilante for he organizes the vigilante boys. Samia Uku. Ye Boadu Ghana. So vigilante for no Boadu Samia Uku and amuni shechire. And nothing they cannot open investigations. Because the moment you open investigations, it has to start from the top. We have to come down to the commander. We have to see the people who are deployed. Who are they? They are not in the military. They are not in the police. They cannot tell us who those men were. So Some say, how did they get the uniforms? How did they get the guns? Who actually gave the command? It's a big question they cannot answer. These are Galamsey boys. Omo kosi sa omo Galamsey sites and omo show mo uniforms. And omo catch omo ko bieja. Omo wia and these boys bebre wa America o. Ebi ago ise UK eni mo nyina. No, they cannot stay in Ghana. I know one do to New York. But nobody cares. We are going to ask the military, the police. Those people are supposed to be seen. We need to know who they are. Who was the commander who gave the instructions? You can't tell me, say, all those people who were shooting, they have left the military. You are mad. Then if they have all left the military, you will serve all of them their term for them. So the people could be become 20 years, I will become 1,500 years. So that I commander no. So if they are all out of the country and out of the service, more commanding, you take their jail term, their sentence, and you will carry it. Now look at this. Last one. Hey, did I finish this? All right. This one. So, $7:30 exactly. Hey, can you tell me hard guy? Jack, we have done the job. Ghana for the credit. Now, John Mahama said reopen investigations into major unresolved criminal cases, including 2020 election killings. John Mahama said in the first 4 months, Sir, investigations.
I don't know those who came here.
Do you know the men on the ground?
This is something that we need to investigate. But I don't know those who came here.
Police didn't say this is something we need to investigate. Investigations were done. A commission was set up. A white paper was issued. Ekufuado Tocheneye. John Mahama said, "Sa white paper na." Actually said Bryan Acheampong, I was prosecuted no. Oba, he will bring the white paper back. The first 120 days, omo call Ayawaso West Wagon. Ekuku nipa no. They will be brought to book. Yeah, investigations. Yeah, commission tenase. Ebusa questions. Yeah, to Bryan Acheampong no ojitu muso on the small muko boat no. Yeah, issue white paper. Ekufuado we or Tocheneye also on implement it. John Mahama said Oba. The first 120 days, sa white paper no or the beba. Adiebe wo mubiano I was say implement it. We need to fight criminality in Ghana. We need to stop this kind of hooliganism. We need to fight this kind of tyranny. We need to come together as a people and vote for John Mahama. Now, Oba Siawa, what is the Aston? Why am I seeing two things? Besides, I'm seeing two videos here. You sent me only one. I'm talking about John Mahama say, Ayawaso West Wagon Diano Obe investigations. Obe say be investigations into Ahmed Swale. Ahmed Swale case by Kennedy Japan kwatena TV so onim nipa oku Ahmed Swale. Kennedy Japan why also onim nipa oku JB dankwa. Kennedy Japan kwatena Bronx. Eka kire Ghana for say onim nipa oku Ahmed Swale obo ni din. Kennedy Japan also be my answers ye. And this for say they will open investigations into Ahmed Swale. Any person here who has contributed, has said things, anybody na okama Ahmed Swale. At the end of the day, they have to come and answer questions. John Mahama said, "Oba power." First 4 months, I will see nipa omuku Ahmed Swale. At least enya kurano. Kennedy Japan they also nim because why investigations? It is some investigations now why na wabodino. I also oboa police. Na police ehu nipa oku Ahmed Swale. O si nipa oku Ahmed Swale fe no answer ansoji abo Kennedy. Kennedy Japan say ehu we nti na akodi Bawumia chi no osuro when ehu he's scared on say ono so aba akokora emu ayedi ama no osuro eni nti na odi Bawumia chi ka che Ghana for say ai mamontoma NDC osuro because osi onim nipa oku Ahmed Swale aban sisana investigations bia oso obe kire ansuji abo no se ne ye ya wo hu se ansuji abo no ene ku Ahmed Swale. Now, Osi Obebie another investigations into another journalist called Silas Wuluchame. And also Osi Obebie investigations. We're in the first 4 months. Hey! Sa 4 months where they may find grow. They be alam na michire. Sa 4 months no, they be ye juma. Sa 4 months no, be documents will be near triba. Ne ye boy investigations no, ne ye check it, near your crosses, near dotty eyes. Sa 4 months then you end that ye penokure. Now, as you also initiate a probe into man-made disaster caused by the VRA spillage from the Kosovo and Pond dams that displaced and destroyed the livelihoods of thousands of citizens in the Volta, Eastern, and Greater Accra region. Oh, that's Silas, right? Oh, okay. Now, John Mahama saw about the first 4 months, the first 120 days, you know. Or say, or be investigations. Omo amoko share akosomoko bie dam no. Because akosomo dam no mu bie e nipa bi na share da bie ye. A man nipa bi affecting nipa bi of Volta region, Eastern region, Ekufuado ankasa Krom, any Greater Accra region. John Mahama saw ban the first 120 days, be investigations. I was see hu nipa okobie sansuo no, e man be fa nipa. I was see hu omom di sa bone no. Because through that nipa wuye, they committed murder. Into John Mahama say oba power. What he is going to do in say oba bie investigations into Edian, into Akosomo dam na omu bie na omu share da ediku nipa e wa infa e Volta regional. Into Voltarians, we will get to know who actually committed that crime, because sans you no mu bie na a displacing kofo eku nkofo ema amanfo eja pade nyina say no e nipa bi a omu wa Akosomo na po na ma instructions no mu bie ye napo enintina assembly by no one kasa no onna na energy minister ono enema instructions no, because angonafo do ye moa ono ya santini into hu angonafo ne so mo gimi yembie nsuo nku omo enti John Mahama so oba power the first 4 months no obebie investigations e wo say ye hu nipa obie sa nsuo we e mane kokun ayedien angonafo Greater Accra for any ayedien Eastern region for Mahama said the first 120 days obebie investigations. Nipa no ye energy minister when a man instructions no mu bie sansuo no a nipa bebromo awunamemu Greater Accra any Eastern region Ekufuado free nipa wuya nipa ende Ekufuado mo di boni o mo di boni Bawumia ne Ekufuado mo di boni and today who will be the Bryan Acheampong na ho popo on person be free power o mo di boni o mo ku nipa. They don't want to be accountable. Ghana for this is not about tribal. This is not about hatred. This is about voting a dangerous government out of power. Me can say me wa now. Mummy nwura wa gon fufrom. You see Ghana for 120 days. John Mahama de also beye. This is what we want. You perceive fighting corruption. You perceive people to be accountable for their deeds. Now the ball is in your court. Ya kasa bebre ya pese o man sesa ya pese e man nipa bi atwi nipa bi aso emra na abeda e na abeda o na aso no. This is what you want. Tuma John Mahama wanya na afi waka say aha Mahama twa wontro o se the first 4 months de bia yete ha ye be kai no me ka kire mo say Cape Coast form fantifo Mahmoud Bawumia be ka kire mo say the people of Cape Coast, I have good news for you. I am going to, or we are going to build an airport in Cape Coast. Oh, Mr. S, Mr. P. Mamindi Nkambo no na menchire Ghana for Bawumia atra otwa infantefo. And the Bawumia say airport no ye besin between Takoradi and Cape Coast. Micro infantefo make one troda. Or see the feasibility studies lecture say time about 2019 or see they are building. Or see almost see airport any harbor e Cape Coast. Endra ye busa say Cape Coast airport harbor airport or see oh feasibility studies now my lecture say airport they basically between Takoradi and Cape Coast akwawi onkano kre o ye Ghana ni nam say udi Bawumia echi maka kire mo me I don't know Bawumia, I don't hate him onkano kre I don't want him to lead Ghana. Suddenly the airport that you were building in 2019, the airport and the harbor, suddenly now you are doing feasibility studies that has shown say the airport is going to be between Takoradi and Cape Coast. But I thought you have already started building, because in the first place you said you are building a harbor and an airport. This is what you told my fancy people.
We are building a new harbor in Cape Coast and a new airport in Cape Coast.
So he told Cape Coasters, we are building. And the also feasibility study shows that it is going to be between Cape Coast and Takoradi. Now the issue is there's an airport in Takoradi. Until you are going to have an airport in Takoradi, and between Cape Coast and Takoradi, you're going to be an airport. More MPP for Munimunyansa. Ma mon fantifo no na mama mo kwama kwasiafo we dada mo. Kwasiafo be sa bana mu di omochi, ma hemfo tete wo hwe omo. They are not going to build any airport for you. They don't respect you people. They see fantis are stupid. MPP for who fantifo so mojimi. The guy can lie. Yeah, their body do. The MPP Bawumia omo fantifo so mojimi. They are going to come and lie to you and your chiefs. And then they almost say it is going to be between Cape Coast. All my feasibility studies, I just say, you to me see no Cape Coast. You're basically between Cape Coast and Takoradi Woodham. Bank of Four is airport or Takoradi, anything they see about Cape Coast. So airport or Takoradi, I don't know who move airport between Cape Coast and Takoradi because of land issues. Or say assassin 70. Na time akwasi a ukojina omanim e ka kire omahemfo any Cape Coast for say ubesi airport no na wonim so woni asase. In the 2016 we catch so be airport any harbor no na asase kura woni bi. This is a foolish group of, it's a foolish government. We mo omo ye nwan. And intina Godfrey Dame etimi catch Jakpa say fancies are foolish people. We will feed them like chicken and get forcing seat. Godfrey Dame the be na no ka asem no. On tape. Also, fancies there's so much Jimmy. We will buy them out. Ni akwaji forcing seat no. Godfrey Dame and a cancer asem no. The Attorney General of Ghana. I am for the Central Region be a di ye train aja de mudie. Omo train aji envelopes na enkwasiafo we aba safe Central Region o masako. Now, my social media segment quick ni enku enim. Obia te ne ho asem boa. All right. Now there's this story which is making headlines ehia pa you bring person kan ho asem 750. Enkwa jua anase menkwata register. Yes, starting free. And the Greek minister one finance minister asem ya esi na mote Ghana dindin sa no. Akwa kromfo we Bryan Acheampong hwenenim kromfo bia ne nse kwasi atoni manyina gu abrochi na Ghana ejimi no ho because we wie sika dan ma the time beba. Northern Ghana drought. Government bans export of grains with immediate effect. And the MPP aban say eye insukom sebio insuonto wosirem na sebio ye nuanum siremfo omo no mudua eye cereal grains eba millet eba beans eba sa enuaba ye frɛ no cereal ana grains no. And Bryan Acheampong Bawumia be share press or say aban edenen sato eye de eye nnuaba eye grains saa nyoma no mema obia export bi free Ghana efri say insuo nwa kwa atwe ema aduane shorto almost say and the sirem insuo nto intesia insuo nto no omo ye kuafo ho na sebi omo beans kakra omo eye atoko kakra omo eye de nyoma eburo kakra no mema omo nton enko eye Burkina ene Nigeria na omo nkipu meton ma aban intesia ye kase omo de emraba se eni se ekuani bia a wadua eye eduaba wo sirem eye beans eye atoko eye de mama obia enton kwa abrochire ye nyina ye mfa mbra ban na ban to efri se sirem insuonto na insuonto nti efu eho nyina ahye kwasia we MPP. Now finance minister so no so gina ho siremni o omu using so otwe intafo mumubi ana me ya we finance minister ofri sirem o etanio wa betena nkran ena sankwasiafo no use no o say drought in northern Ghana, government to spend 500 million to avert food crisis. What caused the food crisis? Because we are not able to irrigate our farms. From time Ghana by enim say eye sirem eye ewia bo ebu ha nsuo nto asasini hia nsuo ekuafo hia nsuo and the 10 year no nyini wo ntafo krom a waban crime ne ama finance minister to me no odi nkwasiafo we chi say omo yi Ghana sika 500 million omo ko campaign. Mrs. I'll play it. Intende the finance minister on Bryan Acheampong, they met the press. Now what caused the drought? Now if there's drought, there are other places okwa insuonto oko Dubai near the idea insuonto, but they are keen. They always make sure say omo insuo dams irrigation system a good egu omundu abaso. In 2015, NPP 2016 catch say omo ba be ye ade fe no one district one dam. Omo ko sirem na omo de omo hu se sirem no nsuo nto enti omo be ye dam wo sirem. One constituency, one dam was one district, one dam, one D, one V. District bia benya dam. E wo sirem. Send beya, they will be ready for situations like this. They will be able to irrigate their farms when the rains stop coming in. Until from 2016, Bawumia ko sirem to tell his northern brothers and sisters, the chiefs and the kings, that his government, they will be building dams across the north. So that when it stops raining, when the farms need water, the dams will supply water to the various farms in the north. Or say, or you 10-year Wabedi vice president for 8 years. These are the kind of journalists we need in Ghana. I don't even know him. These are the kind of journalism we need. This is what we need in Ghana. And young Kwasiafo ni biom koji 20,000 Ghana, 30,000 Ghana. Kwasiafo ko jeje Bawumia nim to nyompola do watch Kwasiampenyi ne san Kwasiafo no baka no. This is journalism. The own say the information minister no general 10 year. In tafo no mo MPP mu no every day MPP for use tafo de didin Kwasiasem. Ono 10 year ba no general na ye minister keke no. Ni kuro masem ne ye ka no. O ye 10 we Jimmy Wabetna nkranti na adwene ne say ono entafo de omukom no she does not care. The journalist is saying that you people came to tell Ghana for say you are bringing a policy called 1V 1D and that every village in the north will get a dam to sustain farmers when there's drought so that they can at the end of the day water their crops and feed their cattle and whatever. Or see, if this today is happening in the north, then it means you people have failed, because the purpose of the one district, one village, one dam was to do this. Now we have drought that farmers cannot do what? Go to farms. All their crops, they are burnt out. The journalist is telling the finance minister and agriculture minister, you people have failed Ghanaians. Because whatever you told us, whatever policy you told us, you have taken the money. Where are the dams? Secondly, Osaka say, when you people tell us, say, we will rely on ECOWAS nations to supply us with food. Burkina Faso, area ball watching Ghana. Ivory Coast, area ball watching Ghana. Togo. So you want to tell me, say, would you wait Jimmy out to the point to say you cannot maintain your crops? But Burkina Faso, they obetua maintaining the crops. Inti entrain no mufen sumreye. Omufe duanemreye. Moyan kwasiafo. Not this guy is making you understand some way Jimia. Teni ba no jina hona. Akamfo party ayen minister na or the kwasiya say they have not failed. Abu biba ukuro bufo na ebu. Your people in the north are the ones struggling. Nanka uyo ba unim nyansa kurano. You are not even supposed to say what he's saying is not true. They have failed. Can you point to one dam that your foolish government built? She does not care because she's being paid in Accra. Now the question I want to ask you then is say, if there's drought, if you don't have grains, how are you going to feed the free SHS kids? Are you going to go to the West African zone to go and bring rice, bring beans, bring ayedian sorghum? How are you going to feed the free SHS in Kwarano? How are you going to feed them? Me say, right now you are relying on the ECOWAS zone to bring you food. Abra, one village, one dam policy. How are you going to feed your ayedian? How are you going to feed air free SHS in Kwara? Because from what I know, buffer stock has nothing. If buffer stock was stocked, and come on, because I'm quite the same way. But from what I know, buffer stock has no stock. Mogu buffer stock. Educhum ebeye minister. And I'll catch a Ghana for say buffer stock now. Omo keep it anyway no. In terms, in case it's a BBC here, you better rely on no. Educhum took everything from buffer stock and on why the contract on in New Bema and on the teacher for HA no. Right now, buffer stock is empty. Intime besame busa say, as we speak, how are you people going to feed in Kwarano Buo school no? Moya more MPP for Ghana ni bi akwa sala ato ama MPP we are boa unim nyansa. Mapon, we will continue this show tomorrow. Monfa nkwa adwindwinum kwasiafo na dimu so. Muntuntia MPP. They have no solution. $500 million Bryan Acheampong Fremont Pare Ekufuado mo dia mo koche. You people, they are making money at your expense. My name is Kevin Boadu. It's been a very wonderful evening. We'll be back tomorrow to continue the stories. Be good. God bless you. God bless me. God bless everyone. Vote the NDC. Vote J&J. John Mahama and Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman. This is a very important message. Our phone CCR, but number we. So what person o check is udin ewo EC registered mu. CCR no EC for a short code bi ba ya. Oko na se obo sa short code na omo 250 pesos e krono de. EC omo kan no kre. NDC for a free short code abro. Se we fan free. We free. Into kuta phone CCR and found say ba yere. And I say dien banchi. And found say iPhone and I say Samsung dien. Ni nyina say we NDC for na de abaw. Free. O pese anadwi o check say wudin e registered mu for phone. And once we about *928 *124#. Oba ebetweaba ebema wehu se wudin sebio ewo eyedien register nim obehu details voter details no nyina no obehu follow eyedien directions no obehu de sebio eye de udi wo ma na se wudin nim any information a efa wo ho se ewo ho anase ni ho MPP for efa kwan bi so ka kire nkofo se omomfa omo Ghana card mra na omo nkopa edwuma omo boa obi obeka sa akire obi ano oje Ghana card na kosie okoye duplicate okose okoto aba ye be chewu intimemfa o Ghana card mo obi a the NPP for person omo ye ne se omo gigi nkofo Ghana card ka kire omo se ye kopa edwuma ma o we dey bebie company wa ha for Ghana card bra omo je Ghana card na omo de ko register ama obi e wa Ashanti region. Na okosa okoto aba ye beka kire wo say wedi nka to aba omesa ma police achew inti wo ye Ghana ni a menta mo Ghana card mo bia memfa mo bia se onfa nkopa adwuma ma omutumi ma odwuma bia omoboa inti se de omaye no omako Volta region omako some part of the western region central region and omasoma nipa bi say omonko na omonko kan kire Ghana fo no bi say oh omonka so omo beba omo adwuma into obi anfa ne Ghana card mbra sa wo do Ghana card show bi nsem information also you know obefa or the beko Ashanti region near the akosha bantama for register mu se oye dey bantama voter into wo kon se okoto aba wo central region ombeka kire wo se wo watu aba dada e wo Ashanti memu into enya de bema watu into we Ghana ni a never ebe free nne ekoto aba ekosi December 7th memfa wo Ghana card wo voter ID memfa bo bia so bia ka se ofa wo dwuma enti fa Ghana card bra fra bra nefa beto wo ade cha wa beje bra na onfa information wo so na menye now NDC for omo de ne yengi sika e free o ye MPP ni o ye NDC ni o ye afafranto o ye kusi o ye otwen o ye kokuo omo se wo kɔ ha information bia o pese wo hu wo de be den wo de be hu se o so to aba ne bi na wo di wo ma wo be hu your website so ase a wo betumi akɔ over www.eyesontheballot.com okohwa and also ubetumi access information no www.eyesontheballot.com www.eyesontheballot.com okohwa that website no kuta phone sisi a ubetumi akɔ sa website no you can access and then you know say abado betu bi anasa won to be now the short code no free NDC for the omode aba omo nsisem say we Ghana ni we Asantini we Ahunani we Kowni we Mfantini we Bununi omode omo say Ghana for into we Ghana ni nko ade a we free short code no *928 *124#. In fact our phone sisi afa na yendi sa adwuma with 2 minutes na yemfa adwuma de nhihye so fa phone sisi afa sisi ade fa fast I mean you free so they also sisi ade say bo star na wi afa bo 9 obo 9 no bo 2 wabo 2 no na sabo 8 uya na obo star ni we amengina no sabo 1 2 4 uya na the hash na tato no obo enter green no eno ano no de wo nyina beba sa aba no betu bia obehu sa NDC for MPP for you die free ma obehu this is how you will know we yenjisika free ECD no omo wiem omo jiw sika 50 pesos omo boa omo jisika ne di NDC for say free into anadwi wo hwɛ mi making sure so what check it. I'm going to say the service is down because so many people watch this platform. Try to get on the system. That is how these things work. It is a try na say a case services down and chese enye dwuma. Amanfo bebre try some be na anadwi and intina ama system no I choked no. Take your time, kakra, it will give you access to go and check your voter details. So ebia service no down on short coder website also www.eyesontheballot.com and also on Sabeka and www.eyesontheballot.com www.eyesontheballot.com I send the catch for there. Now we share your street side www.eyesontheballot.com but we share catch for www.eyesontheballot.com so a different and side here in 20 before I cool star 928 star 124 hash menko ye www ma honko chiro ai mo amoye abrofo no mo amode database no www.eyesontheballot.com ye ne de www ai enti mo use short code no 9 star 928 star 124 hash you will get access to every information. Thank you very much, team. I really appreciate this. Now, Mama Yamfa Jumadi and Ansha so www hey. All right, now time in it say a bit jum actually. Also, say after a breakdown of a year, John Mahama first 120 days in office. No, your best social media segment. There's stories so how see jum in jum ne the obwa. Michia ahemfo mo Ghana nyina ahemfo mo ka no kre michiamo. Ahema mo ka no kre michiamo. Asofo a mo ka no kra michiamo eya sebio impenifo a moniefi a sebio mo ye nananom a sebio mo na monim abakosem no michiamo eya ahemfo a mo Ghana mo ka no kra enwumbrei akonwa moteso enkum ntontwene eya asofo a mo de nyamedin editro eda dankofo ye politics nyankopon enkum nyina ntontwene ansa na afe no a ende eya sebio impenifo ahema a mo Ghana monim no kra mo mpesa mo beka sebio mo ne politicians age ademudie etwa atro eche Ghana fo a mo betena TV so ne ade eya akonwa moteso no enkum ntontwene asofo a mo age ademudie etwa atro ema politicians edisika ehihye mo eda Ghana fo o ma asore dem no asore na mo giem no Bible no sebio agrada enkumu enhyemasefo eye mo Ghana fo mpanifo a monyinyini a monim no kre a matena aban mu mo so a montena aban mu mo anam ne Kwame Nkrumah esi so beduru ha monim no kre a mo mpese mo beka mo dada nipa ewo kokoa mu no onyankopon entemo nkwada so onkum ntontwene mmabaawa enketesia emrante a mosisu a monitua no kre ahokyere nyoma nkoye a mo se sebio Ghana no party bi be lose de nka Ghana nhye no onyame enkum enhyemase Ghana ni bia ondwene Ghana ho ondwene ade adwene pama Ghana sebio wa adwene se onim no kra mpese obeka no onyankopon enkum amen.